listening to Bob and Tom.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
The following is a paid commercial announcement for the Joe Johnson Memory System.
Hello, I'm Joe Jefferson. Do you forget things you wish you could remember? Do you forget people's names? Do you forget important dates? Do you forget information that's important to remember, like important dates? Or perhaps you even forget people's names. That's why I created my new memory system called the Joe Jackson Memory System. With the Jeff Jackson Memory System, you'll be able to remember long lists of items in great detail. Does it work? Just listen to these testimonials.
I used to forget things all the time. You know, little things like where my car keys were, what I was supposed to pick up at the store, where my car keys were, things like that. Then I tried the Jerry Johnson Memory System, and now I can even remember the names of everyone in my household. Thanks, Jack.
Man, my memory was the worst. I couldn't even remember what I heard just a couple of minutes ago. And then I tried the John Johnson Memory System, and wow, what a difference. My memory used to be the worst. Do you know there was a time when I couldn't even remember what I heard just a couple of minutes ago? Thanks, Jerome.
Yes, with the Johnny Jasper Memory System, you'll never forget anything important ever again. To order this Jake Jensen Memory System, just call 1-888. That's 1-800. Again, 1-877-5. 1-888-5. Or no, it's an 800 number. Oh, yes, that's 1-888-352-4QML. The Jackie Jackson Memory System costs only $19.95. That's right, just $29.95. Call today, and we'll also include, at no extra charge, a notepad that you could use to write things down. Yes, you'll get the Junior Johnson Memory System and the notepad, all for just $39.95. Call and give your credit card and ATM number to our operators today. And what's the first thing you want to do tomorrow? That's right. Call and give our operators your credit card. And don't forget to do what it was that I told you to do earlier involving the thing I was talking about. Your memory will improve, or my name isn't Jim Johansson.
Okay, Mr. Jenkins, that's a tape.
Good. I've got kind of a busy day ahead of me. I have to go record a commercial for my memory system.
We all are forgetful, aren't we?
Hello.
Welcome to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chickster.
He's at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
I'm Chick McGee, and I think it's safe now. We'll go back to Tom Griswold.
Check,
Hello, Tom.
check.
There
Testing, check.
Yep.
Okay, we're good.
Yep, okay.
All right.
There we are.
Okay, we got a bunch of guests today. Very excited.
Wall-to-wall guests.
Wow. An early visit with a great singer-songwriter, Bob Schneider, will be our guest.
My boy.
Also, comedian Al Jackson, my man, will be joining us early on. And then Clint Howard.
What's his name?
Clint.
Okay.
He's been in the studio with us before. Clint is a very fine actor. He has been acting since he was a little tiny kid. And I just read his book. Did you read that book, right?
I did. Very good.
Brothers, what was it?
His brother is Ron Howard.
Yeah.
Although Josh and I disagree on if you listen to a book instead of reading it, it's a far different experience. And I can't say anymore that I disagree with you. I enjoy it more listening to it than I do reading it.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a different experience, but it's they're both great.
Yeah.
But Clint and Ron wrote a book together. They talk about their last fascinating stuff.
It's called The Boys.
Yeah, it's really good. And we'll talk with Clint. He's got some interesting stuff going on.
Clint and Ron's dad, Rants, was evidently best friends with Dennis Weaver, of all people. They hung out all the time.
And we'll find out what's going on with Clint and Al and Bob. All of them have things happening.
That's interesting.
We have
Thanks
some
for
stuff
adding that.
happening. You know where he got the name Rants?
He was eating a peanut butter and a cracker out of a vending machine, and he looked at it and said it was Lance. And I go, that's a nice name, but I don't like L's. I like Rants better.
They think
Close.
They think it was from a character that he played as a young actor, but they can't exactly pin it down.
And I can't remember his real name. It's not good though. It's like Aloysius Farquhar or something.
I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll talk with Clint.
Every time I hear rants, I always think of Rants Romance.
Rants
Romance. What is that? Is that something that Scooby-Doo says? Rants Romance.
The only time I knew a Rants, that's what I said to him. I go, your name sounds like you should be Rants Romance. It just...
And how about this? When she says Rants Romance, I always think of
what?
The Amazing Rhythm Aces and Third Rate Romance.
Oh.
Love that song.
Low Rent Rendezvous.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Okay, very good. Very good.
All right.
Coming up in sports?
We've got NBA playoffs. We've got NHL playoffs. Just for Josh. We've also got Reggie Bush. We got Bush, or as my mother would say, Reggie Bush. And Bush, President Bush.
Her Warshrag.
Yes, yes. Absolutely.
I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing with him. I grew up that way.
Bush gets his, I'm just going to say, he got his Heisman back. There you go. Problem in IndyCar, somebody got stripped. Whoa!
Naked?
Couple.
I think so, yeah. And let's see, a Harvard professor makes a world record. So there you go.
Okay.
And also Nicole Jokic's brother, who is bigger than Nicola, went into, started an altercation with a fan the other night when Murray hit that last-second shot. So, and the punch only traveled about, I don't know.
6 inches?
Maybe 6 inches.
The velocity was enough to...
Boy. And this guy is... He's 8 feet tall. I'm sure he's unbelievable.
Also, we have once again in the news the Mad Shatter.
Oh, and Tom, tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome, football fans, to the 2018 NFL Draft.
That's right.
With the first pick in the 2016 NFL Draft.
More booing coming up.
Will they be booing this year, too?
Oh, yeah. It's a tradition, unlike any other.
Where are they this time?
Detroit Rock City.
Okay, well, then we have our Detroit. We have Detroit in the news with another Mad Shatter on the loose. The cops are looking for the guy.
Be honest. Is that your favorite story ever?
Yes.
This one's weird.
Because wasn't he loose on Broadway?
This is a different one, though.
But this is...
well, maybe not. Maybe he travels around.
You know,
maybe he's a serial shatter.
Maybe.
In Sasquatch Sunset, they get upset at a mountain lion, and they immediately start the bathroom process and start throwing their poo at the mountain lion.
I can't wait to never see that.
Oh,
did they?
You know, though,
find a nice stream to wash up.
Yeah. What do they do? How do they wipe?
I don't want to. Well, they're animals. How do animals wipe?
I guess they just
use your bean.
All right. Scrape around. Yeah, scrape on the ground.
There is a scene where he's scooting on the ground.
All right.
Okay. Let's get back to the Mad Shatter.
At least it's a human being. Also, coming up, we have cows in the news, alligators again.
And what if you had a foot-long penis? We'll talk about that.
Seems unwieldy.
Yeah, well.
None of your pants would fit, right?
Well, there's an interesting art. This guy's come forward. I guess he always does.
Well, he's always out in front.
Yeah. He's got a book coming out about his
hardcover.
Yeah. I bet it doesn't go.
You know, if I had a foot-long penis, I would write a book. Damn right I would. My view from the top. How are you? Yes, sir.
This poor guy's got problems, apparently.
Yeah, he does.
But, I mean, the fact that he's writing a book,
Is it the guy who wore the upside-down hoodie?
No.
That guy
had elephantiasis of the gonads.
He's dead, right?
Yeah,
Did he
did
die?
not.
Yeah, this is a guy that allegedly has a very large male member, and there was some kind of problem with a yoga class, and
he's a British dude.
He's on a talk show in England talking about his new book, so we'll be getting to that.
Couldn't do a cobra pose.
Yeah, a lot of
No, but he's great at the tripod.
the downward donkey.
Yeah.
Oh, what is that from Karate Kid, where he does the pterodactyl, or what is that?
The swan.
The swan, the flamingo. I don't know what it is.
Flying swan.
Yeah, puts his hands up.
Coming up, we're going to have some early morning music, live as it happens, from Bob Schneider. Looking forward to that.
He's the best.
And as I mentioned, coming in early, it's my understanding we'll have Al Jackson in studio.
In the studio?
I think that's what's happening.
Cool.
We're going to find out about that. Right now, I want to help you out. That's what we like to do. The first thing today, get your day going by helping you, because just around the corner, it is Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah.
And we've all got great mom stories going way back. Do you remember being little enough to make what would you make your mom when you were little, Christy Lee?
I think we did the macaroni necklaces. Do you remember those? Yeah. That was a big one. And the handprint.
On the clay.
Yeah.
I still have mine.
You do?
I do.
Yeah, Mom always liked those kinds of things, that were handmade, or things that last forever, like this beautiful rose from Steven Singer. She'd love this.
You know what I made my mom for Mother's Day?
Uh-oh.
Mad, angry, crying. Boy, does she get mad.
I bet she would love this.
Now, these are from Steven Singer Jewelers. They are, Christy's holding one up right now. That's a real rose dipped in 24 karat gold. And then it is sort of enameled with a beautiful, what is that, kind of a deep red wine color. Yeah. Hence the name. This is known as the Red Wine Rose, one of many available at Steven Singer Jewelers. With the beautiful deep red, and then the green petals.
Yes.
And that's something that Steven specializes in. In fact, it's the only place you can get them. And Steven has a whole bunch of them in various shades. But this season, it's the red wine rose. And, of course, the presentation, obviously, the way to go would be with a nice glass of red wine for that mom in your life. There's lots of moms in your life. You can take care of all of them quickly if you go to IHateStevenSinger.com. It's not just roses, ladies and gentlemen. Steven Singer provides a beautiful box. Oh, free shipping. Got to point that out. Free shipping, and then a nice gift card. And lots of other stuff. Christy has that beautiful bracelet.
I have new earrings from Steven Singer. I don't know if you can see them.
Gorgeous.
They're beautiful.
They're gorgeous.
Thank you.
Take off those headphones.
I love them.
You can't go wrong with Steven Singer.
Nope.
Famous for his guarantee. If you want to upgrade those earrings that Christy has, maybe next Mother's Day, even bigger. Get dollar for dollar when you upgrade with Steven. Get all the details. IHateStevenSinger.com. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. Get a good look-see at the red wine gold-dipped rose. Real 24-karat gold, by the way. And you can collect them, have a whole bouquet of these over the course of the years. Don't forget your sister's a mom. And by the way, happy birthday to my sister.
Janny,
Today, happy birthday.
Just saw that.
Coming up, a little bit of a celebration. After we speak with Bob Schneider, we're going to celebrate another birthday on the radio today.
Cool.
With an old comedian friend of ours. Now, I will remind you that we also have, I almost said rants, we have Clint Howard coming up a little bit later on today, and Al Jackson, comedian. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Reno Collier, and you're listening to... Of course, our house band today, the Black Moods.
Smack Tom. It's time now to smack Tom. He's been running his mouth again. He's been pissing us off again. Smack Tom.
I'll handle the lyrics.
And we smack Tom.
Did you get I mean this in kind of an way. I would imagine you probably had a lot of guy groupies
but not like in a traditional group. You know what I mean? In other words, dudes coming up to you.
Rod McEwen.
Guys who want to party with
Rod,
them?
Yeah, there's a reason why they call him Rod.
Rod waited for us in Hawaii. We were on our way to Australia, and Rod heard we were coming to, stopping in Hawaii. He waited.
At the airport?
He missed it. Yeah, at the airport. He missed his flight to meet us because he thought we were one of them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because of the bits we did. You know?
What I meant was, as Christy, in other words, you guys were like,
clean it up now.
I want to party with these guys.
Party with these guys.
I mean, I imagine that would kind of be a buzz. Kind of be a burden though after a while.
Oh no, it was we just like, I don't think so, man.
We got a lot of bits from these parties. We went to one party very early in our career. I think it was in Rochester.
Yeah.
And this one guy brought he was a blues collector, and he brought his famous, never heard before, Lightning Hopkins disc. And he had it on the turntable. And very carefully put the needle on there. And he sat down with his eyes closed, and some party guy ripped it out. Threw it on, put another record on. That was cool. That one. Remember that one? That's where we got Earache My Eye from. Oh. Hey, that's my record, man.
Dip him, right?
Oh, definitely.
Are we gonna dip
you gotta dip him.
Yep. He one's down, maybe? Is that what's happening? Or is that just a hello?
Bunny to ice!
Bugs Bunny to oi. There he goes. Yep. You scream like a little girl. Scream like a junior high girl.
That's all. Yeah, those two little bastards.
Now, before we let you in, I got a couple of questions I need answered.
That was unbelievable. Thank you, my friend. That was incredible.
Yay!
Thank you, sir. I knew they were at the bottom of it. Well, I made it. It's really, you can't stop staring at those two little. There's two hooks, and that's. So you want to hang on to something.
That skateboarder. I don't know anything about you. Married or single?
Oh, I'm really single, man.
Okay.
Well, if your listeners read People Magazine, they probably already know that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Are you in People Magazine?
No, it's a hilarious joke. I'm a comedian. I actually, you guys get it? You get the joke?
I do now.
Good. You might have heard a dial tone. That first joke was off the hook. You get that one? You get that one? That's the
There we go.
All right, now we're starting to get a feel for my style.
Now we know what's happening.
Do you write these jokes down?
I'm feeling you.
No.
No need to.
No, well, actually, I do write all these jokes on deposit slips because they're money in the bank.
Oh!
Am I right? Go Skins. Go Skins. This is what the show's going to be like tonight.
Wow.
Look out.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show as we celebrate the NFL Draft, baby. I can't get enough of it.
With the first pick in the 2016 NFL Draft. Good evening and welcome to the NFL Draft. Come on, Philly, come on.
Come on.
Welcome, football fans, to the 2018 NFL
Yeah.
Good evening, Nashville. Welcome to Music City, home of the 2019 NFL Draft.
As you can hear, he's...
it's a tradition.
He's loved.
a tradition and booed from coast to coast.
I'm trying to remember what they did the year he did it in his basement.
Oh, for COVID?
COVID, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
I
probably
don't know.
piped
I'm
in
sure
the booze.
Yeah, I'm sure they booed.
Yeah, people booed at home
Yeah.
and then sent it in.
I wish you would give it back a little bit. It was, yeah, you know what? Screw you people.
He ignores it.
I'm going to say what I want.
Well, then we have wrestling.
Yeah,
maybe.
I kind of wish he would go McMahon every now and again.
Let me tell you something. The NFL wouldn't exist without me,
Yes,
pal.
I would love it if he if he really fed them.
Well, he's going to be getting on his private jet. And,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, it's water off a duck's back. But
yeah, he'll be
You know,
just
though,
fine.
yeah, I mean, he's flesh and blood. He's a human being. I bet he.
That hurts.
He cries a little bit on the inside.
he may have to do some work to make sure he's thick-skinned enough. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go to the nearest ATM machine and dial himself in and look at his current checking balance and go, oh, wow, I've got millions of dollars in my checking account.
Well,
I guess
Do
I'm
you think
loaded.
that makes him happy?
Yep.
Tom, money's not everything.
No, it's
But it
not.
helps.
I can't even say it. I'm sorry.
He should be like, for every time you boo me, I'm a new rule in football. Just so you know. Oh, you're booing? Guess what? Roller skates.
Only on punts, though.
Yeah. See if that'll shut you up.
I'm the commissioner.
We had a great talk yesterday with Joe Theismann, NFL great, talking about how he's kind of excited to see the new kickoff situation.
Yeah.
And I did not realize at one point in his career he was a punt returner.
He when he joined the Washington football team, Sonny Jurgensen, Billy Kilmer were the quarterbacks, and Washington, they loved those two guys. And Joe was kind of a cocky, young, to them, a rookie, even though he played a couple years in Canada. And he wrote a book on quarterbacking that didn't help as soon as he got to Washington. So the veterans didn't care for that very much.
But he did just fine.
You know what happened to make Joe Theismann a member of the team? We were playing the Giants, and Joe got out in front of I think it was Joe Washington and threw a block and knocked his front tooth out, and he became an honorary member of the Hogs, and the rest is Super Bowl history. Huh. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Okay. Took one for the team, as they say, quite literally. Looking forward to talking with a singer-songwriter, Bob Schneider. Also, comedian Al Jackson joining us in studio, I understand, this morning. But right now,
NBA, Tom.
Jack?
Tyler Hero hit 6 of Miami's franchise playoff record.
No, he spells it like the sandwich, right?
It's Herro. I'm not sure how he spells. How
Gyro?
No, that's Euro. That's not a hero sandwich.
A hero is like a sub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's spelled Hero.
I had no idea. Because you know I'm opposed to the gyro.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, I know.
And tell everyone why you're opposed to it.
Because every time I go to get one, they pronounce it a different way. And if you say gyro, they say gyro. You say gyro, they say gyro.
It's gyro.
Okay, all right.
Whatever they say.
Hold that thought. Has anyone else in this room had trouble ordering a gyro sandwich?
The first time I ever ordered one.
And how long ago was that?
Oh, boy, I was in my teens.
So you went back?
Yeah, because I said, can I get a gyro? And they said, actually, it's Euro. I said, oh, great. May I have a Euro? There you go. And I just knew that from the rest of my life.
See?
Yeah.
They mocked you in the kitchen.
Oh, maybe, but I'm not afraid of that.
I bet it's everybody. I bet they do it every day.
This
They
is
get it
like
every
Roger
day.
Goodell getting booed.
Yeah.
Tom doesn't want those people mocking him in the kitchen. He's crying.
So
He's
worried
hurt.
about others.
Okay, so sorry.
Anyway, 23 three-pointers. The Heat, that's Heat basketball. 111-101 victory last night over the Boston Celtics in Boston. And Miami, right up there with underdogs in the NBA playoffs. They were getting 13 points before tip-off, and they beat the Celtics by 10. So if you had Miami plus the points, they won by 23.
Oh.
It's another way to look at it. A big underdog, Tom, and they won.
That's very good.
Top
very
five. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, they call him SGA, had 33 points, and maybe he's the MVP this year. And the Oklahoma City Thunder, formerly the Supersonics, beat the Pelicans 124-92. To take a 2-0 lead in their first-round Western Conference playoff series. And tonight, the NBA playoffs continue. Cavs at the Magic, Knicks at Philly, Denver at the Lakers. So
You'll be watching
I'll be
the
watching
NFL draft?
The NFL draft. That's exactly right.
Where do we find that?
Everywhere. ESPN,
Oh,
NFL
okay.
Network, ABC. Yeah.
C-SPAN.
C-SPAN.
Would you rather watch that or the United States government at work?
And it'll be interesting what kind of rating the NFL draft is. Always does pretty well. And no, I don't understand it, but people watch it. I mean, I know why I watch it, and I don't watch it past the first hour, more or less. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
There are people out there watch it wall to wall, Tom.
How many days does it go?
Thursday, Friday,
Saturday. Yeah,
Whoa,
no more Sunday.
really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Used to have 17 rounds, and now they've got 7 or 8. I forget what it is. And Reggie Bush from college football has been reinstated as the 2005 Heisman Trophy winner more than a decade after USC returned the award. Bush gave up the trophy in 2010 following an NCAA investigation that found he received impermissible benefits during his time with the Trojans.
Did OJ get to keep his?
We call that now name, image, and likeness for the OJ did get to keep his Heisman Trophy.
But they took Reggie's.
I thought the Goldmans had it for a little bit, or tried to get it.
Wow.
And they were going to sell it. Yeah. OJ was very upset by that, as you can imagine. And you know what we didn't get to yesterday, Tom? Do you remember this? Things we learned yesterday on the Bob and Tom show.
I don't. We missed it, huh?
We did not.
Go ahead. What do you got?
Palindrome Week continues. Today is April 25th, 2024. Backwards and forwards.
I'm not following this. I
It
don't
only worked
understand.
on one day, didn't it? Or
No, it says Palindrome. It's the week 4/24.
No kidding. Let's see.
4/24/24 backwards.
Oh,
and
so
forwards.
you don't put the 0. Then yeah.
Okay, yeah.
4/24.
You don't put the 0.
So today's 42524. So that's 42524. Oh, I see.
Yeah. All right.
So the only thing's changing that is the second digit of the day.
Oh, that second digit.
It's the one in the middle, you see.
That's the best one.
You can crap on anything, can't you?
What is the
Unless you
significance?
come up with it.
No, I just find it utterly insignificant.
We did an early Ace Cosby joke of the day yesterday, speaking of utterly insignificant.
And we promised a bonus one, and we never got to it, did we?
Yeah,
Ace?
that's a shame. We talked about naked pickleball yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
As a place to meet people. How about that?
Yeah,
Are you on the pickleball bandwagon? You seem ripe for pickleball.
Driveway pickleball.
Yeah, that's what we play too.
I think that's the most popular way to play. I think
Just out in front of my house.
Yeah, you draw the thing on your draw the
we
cord
have,
on your
yeah,
driveway.
we have a little portable net.
Yeah.
Wheel it up right out there.
Yep.
Is that right?
Whack away.
Uh-huh.
Away.
Do you make hot dogs for the neighborhood and stuff like that?
Oh, I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Do you have one of those hot dog things like they have at the convenience store?
No, I boil my hot dogs, as you know.
That's the best way.
I don't know, air fry.
Man,
I'll have to try the air fryer, Ace.
I
Thank you.
can't believe you boil your
Who
hot
still
dogs.
boils hot dogs?
That way you can chill the hot dog water for the next day for breakfast.
Were you a big fan of the boil and bag food?
Rice? I loved.
No.
I still use
This
that.
was like beef.
Beef Manhattan.
Beef Manhattan. It was like beef and gravy in a bag. You boiled it and then dumped it on
no,
bread.
but it sounds all right.
We grew up with that, didn't we?
Yeah. I still do the boil in a bag rice sometimes.
Do you really?
Yeah.
It's so easy in the microwave
I know.
now.
I know.
It is.
It comes right
Yeah.
out.
90 seconds.
You know what easy is having the restaurant bring it to you. That's really
that's the best.
I used my rice cooker yesterday.
You have a rice cooker?
Of course.
Oh,
That's the best way
look
to
at
have
you,
rice.
fancy.
Is that right?
Yeah, I love it so much.
You have a salad spinner, too?
I don't have a salad spinner,
You
no.
got all the doodads over there.
You have a
I've
pizza
got a handful
thingy.
of doodads.
You got a pizza oven?
You got a pizza thingy, one of those.
Oh, the pizzazz, yeah.
Now, the pizzazz, that's one that looks like a record player?
Yes. It cooks wonderfully.
It spins the pizza.
Christy gave me one.
Yeah, I gave you one.
Yeah, I love it.
I was making pizza with mine, and I thought, well, this can't be getting hot, and I touched it. Boy, was it getting hot.
It does look like it won't work.
Right.
It really does.
I would like to do a thing where you have like a hidden cameras at restaurants. Whenever the server walks up and goes, now that plate's hot.
I know.
90% of the people go, it's hot. You're right.
Every time. Put your big paw right on it. Elsewhere, also, we learned yesterday that Tom has 2 analog clocks in his closet.
That's right.
He likes to know what time it is.
I have one analog, one digital. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
That makes it better.
I thought you were adamant about digital clocks. You can't use them.
Well, I have both. I'll be honest with you. I've got one, this exact one, in fact. There's one right here that I have. A little tiny one.
Is that right?
You can't shine it on the ceiling anymore, right?
Oh, I love that one.
I have that. I love it.
The shine in the ceiling clock. God,
Now, does that shine all the time, or do you have to hit a button at all?
all the time.
All the time.
But
Really?
Yeah, but it's so low key. It's not going to wake you up.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
That somehow got lost in the move.
So you can just open one eye, kind
I'm not
of.
sure where it went, he said,
Well, it's not
looking at a nearby garbage can.
It's not aesthetic, so it's
I love that thing.
Seems like
I love
it's
it.
kind of a rough metaphor.
Do you think there's
Time
any
over you, the constantly ticking away.
Really?
And we've all been in various relationships. Do you think there's ever a situation where the man in the relationship throws away the women's favorite pieces of furniture?
You don't hear about that much. It must happen.
It must
It's
happen,
probably way sadder than when a woman just throws away some dude's junk.
Right.
There's probably a help group. I was the guy.
The thing is, it takes away anxiety. If you have to get up early like we do,
Yes.
it takes away that anxiety when you're kind of rolling around. You look up, oh, glorious, another hour of sleep.
You know, there are people, though, they put up on the social media, they have a shot of their alarm clock on their phone, and they have it set like 3 minutes after the next alarm. It's like 5:02, 5:05, 5:10, 5:13.
I had a
All
roommate
these
that
alarms.
did that.
Yeah.
Really?
His alarm would start going off like an hour and a half before he and it drive me crazy.
You mean like this?
Oh, man.
Are you kidding me?
For flights, I do that.
No,
That doesn't seem like you.
No, I have it set for 2:50, 3,
The way
3:10.
You get up and attack the day?
No,
You're
just
ready to
in
roll?
case. If I get up in the middle of the night and go, you know something, I'm getting an extra 20 minutes this morning, I can do a quick change without having to do much.
All right.
But I love that projection clock on the ceiling. That was
My
great.
dad had one of those, loved it. Yeah.
I've never had one, but that sounds like a great idea.
Best.
Now I have this, it looks like a wooden brick.
Yep, I've seen that.
I think those look cool.
Oh, those are like minimalistic or something?
So you don't even know what it is, but
Right,
it's
right.
so soft. You can't see it during the day.
Yeah.
Right, I like that.
So I know what time it is.
Yeah.
I know that right now the time is getting ready for some great guests today, including the very handsome Al Jackson. Wonder what he's going to have on Duds Wise.
Oh, I bet he's wearing
Is Duds still a viable
a
term?
tracksuit.
I don't think it ever was.
Nice.
Late 1890s, maybe.
Nice Duds.
Duds, along with Dude Ranch, I think.
Okay.
Although Dude and Cooler, they're hanging in there, right?
Yeah. Hey, dude.
But a Dude Ranch
What?
is a different. It's not that kind of dude.
No, it's city people wanting to be a cowboy.
Wanting to play cowboy, a
right.
dude
But if you
ranch.
say, hey, he's a cool dude, different meaning.
I've heard that said in the NFL, other players talking about other players, and they will go, oh, man, he's a dude. And that means
It's
that,
positive,
It's
not
great.
yes, he's a great player. Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Also, yesterday, we were talking about Showtime workout videos.
and
My mom had a VHS tape on the top of her TV that the title was
Yeah.
Dildo Loving Lesbians.
Right.
now again, can you give a little background on the story? You went to your house. You were an adult.
I went to
at the
my
time.
mother's house.
Right. I'm sorry. You're the house you grew up in?
No.
Oh, different?
Yep, different house. Yeah. Unlike you, who had the Griswold homestead that had been in your family for thousands of years.
Not all of us had manners.
It wasn't. No, very modest. No, the point is, were you married at the time?
Yeah, we brought the baby by, let her see the baby, and I noticed as we're talking and passing the baby back and forth, we look on top of the TV, and there's a VHS, and I just happened to catch the title, which was Dildo 11 Lesbians.
Wow.
And then
and that was your mom for your mom's.
I don't know who was watching it. It could have been my mom's boyfriend. I don't know.
And you didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything. I went to the bathroom. I came back, and it was gone.
She was embarrassed. You know she was.
She was embarrassed.
Yeah,
Or she didn't want anybody to take it. None of you are taking my video.
Now, we also
That's
learned...
my favorite video.
I think, importantly, we had an audio development here.
Oh, yeah?
With respect to the Disco Baby.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Lynn yesterday went crazy with Disco Baby. Here's Paul.
Shake it up, shake it down, move it in, move it round, Disco Baby. Disco Baby.
And that was apparently a 70s era television special.
1976, a Halloween special.
Featuring Kiss, the great band Kiss.
Yes. Roz Kelly, is that her name?
Yep.
And
Florence Henderson.
we did an amalgamation, if you will. What's this called?
Mashup.
A mashup. Thank you very much. A mashup of Disco Baby and one of the classics from this show. And it sounded something like this.
Shake it up, shake it down, move it in, move it round, Mr. Sister.
That is wrong.
That is wrong.
On so many levels.
Oh, and if you don't remember anything from yesterday's show, remember this. Josh is embarking on a new comedy career. His last name is going to be Arnie. Josh Arnie.
Whoa!
And then his fans will be...
Arnie's Army.
Oh, Arnie's Army.
That is good.
How about that?
The shirts are being printed as we speak.
They'll take
camouflage.
3 years.
Arnie's Army.
It was a fine show yesterday. Also, we had something really cool. Johnny Cash has a new album out there.
I think we all loved it.
The late Johnny Cash, and they've taken some the vocals that he did. One of them, I think, with Waylon Jennings, right? And they've brought in some great classic musicians from Nashville.
I know Vince Gill's one. I can't remember.
And they didn't overproduce. I'm just play a little bit of this. It's kind of a fun song. This is John. All right, isn't that great?
They got stuck in the dryer.
Well, I don't know what happened next.
Stuck in the dryer again.
We'll let Mr. Cash finish that, but it's got that classic
His voice sounds great.
Oh, yeah, terrific. Anyway, that's something brand new. Now, coming up, comedian Al Jackson will be joining us right now. The Bob and Tom Show, sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is all about getting easy access to therapy. It can be easy to ignore our social batteries, getting spread too thin. It's time to kind of get regenerated. Therapy can be of a lot of help, and accessing therapy has now become a lot easier thanks to BetterHelp. What BetterHelp is all about is accessing therapy through that thing you're carrying around, that phone or that laptop or even your desktop computer. It's that simple because you're doing it all online. The way it works is you answer some questions, and you'll be hooked up with one of 35,000 plus therapists out there, and you can change therapists anytime, no charge. But the notion is that you get to access the therapy online. So you don't have to hop in your car and go across town. You can do it wherever you are in the privacy of wherever you want to be. So it's extremely flexible and a lot more accessible. And that's the whole point. It's a great idea and elegantly done by BetterHelp. Get the details at betterhelp.com/BT show. By the way, the /BT show part knocks 10% off your first month. So find your social sweet spot with BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/BT show. And that's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/BT show. And this portion of the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by BetterHelp. Coming up, we have an unusual story about the decedent arrived, sadly had died, wrong body in the casket. Yikes. On a much happier note, we do have some good, sweet, happy news, including robot at the weddings. It could be fun. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom, 24/7.
And a good morning to you. Thanks for joining us here on Bob and Tom Radio. Got a busy weekend ahead, especially if you live in the fine city of Shelbyville, Indiana. That's where Pat Godwin's going to be Friday night. Strand Theater, Shelbyville, Indiana, patgodwin.com for more. And then on Sunday, Christy Lee going to be sliding into Shelbyville with Rupert from Survivor this Sunday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. They'll be at Gilman Home Center there right off I-74, exit 116 across from the Walmart. The Spring Spectacular at Gilman Home Center. And again, you can meet Christy Lee and Rupert from Survivor coming up this Sunday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in Shelbyville, Indiana. Rolling through a Thursday, we've got Al Jackson on the way with a quiz for Tom. That's coming up here on Bob and Tom Radio. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on a Thursday. It looks like the third time will be the charm as the 2024 New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival prepares for the Rolling Stones. The festival spans 2 weekends and is set to open today with dozens of acts on 14 stages. The Stones play next Thursday. Tickets for that day of music long been sold out. Festival organizers thought they landed the band for the 50th Jazz Fest back in 2019, but that appearance canceled because lead singer Mick Jagger had heart surgery. They tried again in 21, but a surge in COVID-19 cases ultimately forced the fest to cancel, having the Stones. And again, the Stones playing the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival a week from today. The number of U.S. births fell last year. It was the lowest count in more than 40 years, a little under 3.6 million.
I am going to exit the studio with the whiz-o-meter. And we have the crew standing by. Chick, are you going to come and follow me?
Yes.
Okay.
This would be wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to explain what the whiz-o-meter is, Christy?
Yes, it's a small device that you hook to a urinal, and men, of course, urinate into the device, and it reads out a velocity, I guess, would be the correct term. It's like
Are you there, Tom? Can you hear us now?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, we hear you loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
I hear you also, Chick. So you guys are moving down to the men's room.
I'll tell you something.
Kind of like a radar gun.
Crew member is dressed in a race.
I see he's in a poncho, and you know what? You take every precaution because these guys, you don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
Names.
I hope you don't get that bifurcated thing, you know.
We have set up the whiz-o-meter. Christy, it's kind of like a radar gun for urination.
Exactly,
But they don't
yes.
use radar.
No,
Okay,
it
anybody
uses a
in
little wheel that you
Yeah.
spin
We're
like
going
a
in a
hamster.
minute. We're going in.
You two are are you two gonna whiz together at the same time?
No.
Tom is at the
I'm at the urinal.
Where's Chick?
Do you have the tester? Should we test it one time first? I have a squirter bottle with water in it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to squirt. This is a really heavy squirter. I don't think any human being could do. Okay, I'm squirting, and the whiz-o-meter is reading 10, 14, 8. Looks like the total readout, 14 was the high.
You know, you really didn't even squeeze it.
I was going to say.
Coming out of a squirt bottle. Are you sure it's not on
24
spray?
out of it.
Oh, my God.
There's it got up to 80. You got to squeeze it, Tom.
Yeah, that's what. Oh.
80?
80.
I can't go up to 80.
Well, I know you can't go up to 80, but you were like doing this like a little Nancy guy.
Look at the little wheel go around. Okay, Flomax. We'll see how you do. Okay, I'm gonna. So the way it works is after you Chick did it again, and it's reading out 50. So it works like a radar gun.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, I am going to.
You gonna unzip and see what you got?
He's reaching.
Yeah. Now, we've not tried this with. No, I don't want to splash anybody here.
Oh, he's.
Well, let's hope not.
I'm getting ready to go. Okay, I'm going. I'm ripping it here. This is the best I can do.
Oh God, this is no good.
What kind of speed?
There are people taking pictures.
What kind of speed you got going on?
I'm afraid there may be some additional audio.
You get a warm-up lap?
There may be some additional audio.
Yeah.
Sorry. 26 was the high.
I'm sorry, what?
26.
26.
Oh my God!
Your prostate check.
It looks like Chick when you did it. There's water all over the floor. Okay, come on in, prostate king.
What?
Okay.
No, I'm not saying I'm going to do any better, but
Okay, now Chick's gonna get up there.
I have a shy bladder.
Well, I'm not gonna look.
Oh, he's going to stand there for an hour trying to whiz because he has a shy bladder.
His phone. He needs 2 hands to handle the monster.
I can't.
Did you find it yet?
I don't know.
He's digging. Have you found it yet?
I don't know if I can do this when everybody wants me.
Okay, are you going yet?
No.
No.
You haven't even started?
No, I can't go.
Hey, everybody, turn your head.
Okay, nobody look. Oh my God! Think about Niagara Falls. Think about wet things. Think about Niagara Falls.
Think about water.
Turn the faucet on.
I have to turn the faucet. What? Jeez.
Why?
I actually have a sexual fantasy associated with the earthquake.
Go.
Well, I woke Chick up. In my fantasy, I am making love to this woman.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she feels the earth move beneath her.
Ah, yes.
And then she rolls over on top of me and shields me from debris. Safety first, everybody. Safety first.
Hey, this is Frank Kelly.
Check it out on our website.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We are here. You are there. Probably driving around in your car. Maybe heading to work. Maybe in the bathroom. Maybe naked in the shower.
Maybe in Korea.
Could be in Korea. Josh used to live in Korea.
Oh.
And right now, living in Korea, it's Jim. Hey, Jim. Thanks for writing us.
Hi, Jim.
Listens to the show as we feed it out. Apparently, it's early evening in Korea.
Oh.
Right now. Is that right?
Sure. Yeah.
Same day, though, right?
Yes.
Well, thanks. Thanks for listening, Jim. Hope you're doing great there. Presumably South Korea.
Well, he was able to email us.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Good morning, Jim.
Am I remembering this correctly? Didn't they take a picture from outer space of North Korea at night?
You should look it up if you haven't seen this. Yeah.
It's startling. It's like pitch black.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. No lights on. He doesn't like to leave the lights on up there.
Sure.
Turn the lights.
Real sad.
He's like the crabby dad. Hey,
I'm not paying to light the out of doors.
I'm not lighting up the outside. Turn those lights off.
I'm not warming up the neighborhood.
Okay, well, coming up, we're going to hear from singer-songwriter Bob Schneider. We've pushed that back an hour, but we're going to get to Bob coming up. Comedian Al Jackson will be joining us in the studio, and actor Clint Howard, who's been an actor since he was a little baby boy. And
little baby actor.
I read his book with his brother Ron called The Boys. Really terrific. And I can remember he mentioned one thing. He was in a Star Wars.
Star Trek.
Excuse me, a Star
How
Trek
dare
episode.
you.
Sorry. He was in a Star Wars Star Trek episode.
Good God.
When he was tiny, right?
Yeah.
He played a king of some planet.
And I guess
and now he's in demand. For,
he'll go to these conventions and people are still going nuts about it.
People lose their minds.
But he's was it Gentle Ben? Is that the one he was in?
I want to say the first TV show he was in, and I'm pretty sure I'm correct on this, was the Andy Griffith Show. He played Little Leon. He didn't have any lines, but he would take a candy. He was eating a candy bar, and the joke was he'd take the candy bar around and hold it up to, and like you want a bite. And everybody else said, no, Leon, I'm fine. He offered it to Barney, and Barney's like, but of course, the Andy Griffith Show, it was hilarious.
You're correct, Chick.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was 2 years old and appeared in 5 episodes of the Andy Griffith Show.
2. Okay, well, we're going to talk to him.
Little Leon.
Look forward to that.
Speaking of testing your memory, do you guys remember who Christy Turlington is?
Yeah, the actress. Model. Model. She's married to an actor.
Not just a model.
Yoga.
What are you forgetting? Super model.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Christy Turlington, evidently, back in the day, she modeled in the buff, naked, for photos that can be found anywhere on the internet. That's right, supermodel Christy Turlington. I mentioned this to tell you this. This was back in the 80s and the 90s. She was on Vogue, Elle, Marie Claire, Glamour. It's glamour, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She though says it's a problem now because her 18-year-old son Finn, his high school basketball opponents passed around photos of her not wearing any clothes to try and rattle him as they were playing basketball.
That's Bush League. See, because it was the 70s.
Wow.
Bush League.
She's married to Ed Burns, the actor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Ed Kooky Burns.
No, the other Ed Burns.
I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. Ed, lend me your comb. Comb, Kooky.
Not that guy.
Not that Ed Burns.
Kooky. I was surprised it hadn't happened sooner, Turlington said. But at the same time, I was like, this is so rude. Turlington says it turned into a giant thing when school administrators got involved and wanted to know who the lady was, and it was Finn Turlington's mom or whatever his last name is. Oh, Burns, I guess.
Yeah.
All I wanted to do was disappear. However, she does not feel embarrassed about it because she says regretting things is a waste of time.
Yeah, she's right.
So if you need some advice today, learn from Christy Turlington.
Yeah, that's what OJ used to say.
You can't regret, Tom.
Yeah, why worry about the 2 slashed throats lying on the sidewalk? Move forward, right?
Have you finished watching that documentary yet on Netflix?
It's pretty brutal.
Everybody's in it.
Yeah, guilty.
Yeah.
Should be called.
Marsha Clark's in it. Marsha Clark comes off kind of cool.
Yes, she does, actually.
Very cool.
What is that on Netflix?
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
Very good.
Okay, where was I, said the man. Joseph Newgarden has been stripped of his IndyCar win, the season opening race in St. Pete, because Team Penske manipulated its push-to-pass system during the race, making Pato O'Ward the winner. O'Ward, who drives for McLaren, originally finished second. Penske teammate Scott McLaughlin, who finished third, was also DQ'd. Will Power, the third Penske driver, docked 10 points. Additionally, all 3 entries have been fined $25,000 and will forfeit all prize money associated with the race. Newgarden, of course, 2-time IndyCar champ and reigning Indianapolis 500 winner.
Cheating.
How's that taste? Yeah. And NHL playoffs last night. Boston over Toronto. Vegas beat Dallas. Vegas the reigning champs. And in overtime, the Kings beat Edmonton. And that means we've got this.
Stupid world record.
A woman has broken the Guinness World Record for the fastest crossing of America on foot.
Okay.
It should be feet.
Dr. Jenny.
Yeah, she didn't hop the whole way, did she?
I know it says on foot, and that's
I think it's referred to as on foot.
But why?
Sure. Correct English.
But it's wrong.
You know,
It's wrong.
Shoe Leather Express. Dr. Jenny Hoffman, a physics professor and 3-time national ultra running champion. That's where they run crazy distances.
Yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds of miles. She ran from San Francisco City Hall to New York City Hall.
Wow.
In 47 days, 12 hours, 35 minutes.
That's damn good.
You know how boring it is to drive through Kansas?
Oh.
Can you imagine jogging through?
I remember driving through Kansas and thinking, if I had a bowling ball, I could roll it down 70 from whatever city is on the west side of Kansas and hit St. Louis, I guess.
Or Kansas City, yeah.
So she's legitimately a cross-country runner.
Legitimate. Yeah.
And she's really old. She's 45.
What?
Good Lord.
Her knees.
I wonder what I'll be and what kind of shape I'll be when I reach 45.
Oh, probably not too bad.
That'll be interesting. She went through 11 pairs of running shoes in total, with each pair typically lasting 3 to 5 days. Despite wearing, her words, cheap cotton socks from Walmart, Dr. Hoffman says she only got a few blisters.
Man.
Only a few blisters.
I do not like blisters. I don't know anybody who
Oh,
likes
who
blisters.
does?
They hurt, right?
But they have those really cool Band-Aids now that are like cushiony, and they have like a gel on
they're
them.
cooling gel.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Yes.
She made it. That's huge. We have other world records on the way. Also, some other interesting stuff coming up, including the new game show, Where'd They Hide the Meth? You'll be quite surprised this time. And how about this? 2 words in this, I guess let's go with technically 2 words in this headline. Flame-throwing robot.
Yeah.
And
everyone needs one.
And you can
so
buy
it
one.
begins.
And you can buy one. We'll find out where and why. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Add to or continue the conversation. Check out the
Hi, this is Chick McGee from the Bob and Tom Show. Miss some of the show? Become a Bob and Tom VIP and subscribe to the audio and video podcast. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
It turns and sways.
Okay.
Well, thanks for the call. Have a great day today. We're going to move
And I've got
forward.
one more thing. May I say one more thing? I've been waiting 20-some years for this. Is everybody listening?
Yeah, we're listening.
Okay. Chick, go back 20-some years, 1998, Fort Wayne, Indiana, all weekend with me.
What?
There we go.
Yes. Finally.
I have, okay, whatever you say.
Okay, remember, and listen to this. You went by your real name when you checked in, and you invited me for the weekend. Now, wait.
Oh, God.
I'm going to get shot for this. And you ordered grapes and Miller Lite beer.
Yeah, that sounds like me, all right.
That's right.
Yep, that's me, okay.
Okay, Deborah, we got to go here. Christy, give me the teaser.
That couldn't have gone better.
Yeah.
Somehow I blame you.
Ah, boy. Where do we go from here?
Bofa on the front.
What?
Bofa on the front.
What are we talking about?
D's nuts on the back. The new T-shirts. What do you think?
What are they going to say again?
Bofa.
On the front.
And then on the back, D's nuts. And another T-shirt.
Uh-oh. You're having chest pains.
Wait a minute. Hold it. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm fine. I do very well. But I don't know what on the back yet. What do you think? Are you recording this?
We were talking about racial stereotyping because you're a golfer.
Yes.
And I know that we were talking about golf off the air, but a lot of stereotypes in the world. Certainly, one of them about Asians in sports, and I think that's really now really being changed, particularly in the world of baseball, basketball. It's huge changes.
It's great.
15, 20 years ago, you didn't really see that as much.
It's great. I love seeing Asians in sports, and yeah, as you said, Major League Baseball, the real sports. You know, we're not talking ping pong or pai-gow poker or base juggling with your feet or really hard Sudoku problems or competitive hot dog eating or breaking ice blocks with your forehead or dancing back up for Gwen Stefani, the real sports. That's great because before, if I wanted to cheer for Asians in sports, the people I had was Michelle Kwan and half of Tiger Woods. That's
that was it. That was it.
That's it.
Wow.
And you know, Tiger. Let's talk about him. You know, I don't know which half of Tiger made him want to cheat, but I think we can all agree which half drove into the tree. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Last night I had to explain sharting to one of my little girls.
Really?
Hart got up on the chair in the middle of dinner, and she turned around, and I thought she was doing something else. And then the next thing you know, she had a little bit of a toot.
Well, that's very
She
funny.
thought it was hilarious. And
That
I
is
said,
hilarious.
but she was kind of forcing it. And I said, you're lucky that wasn't a shart.
In the middle of dinner, one of your daughters got up on the table.
Yes, that's what they do.
I would have gotten so punished.
I would have got knocked into next week.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show.
Essential
Mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern.
Radio.
On Bob and
All
Tom
day and
24/7.
all night.
Well, shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom Radio. Radio.
All right, this magician, he gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working this cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out his magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, I give. Where's the boat?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you are listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
Now, Dwight Slade is our guest. Dwight is a very healthy guy, but you were saying that you had a colonic?
I had a colonic. It's a water skiing accident that you do on purpose.
This is where they fill your lower cavity with...
Why don't you walk me through this?
With water.
Yeah. Is there an audio component to this as the revealing is taking place?
Like nothing I've ever heard.
Yeah, they play this.
There it goes now.
Comedian Bruce Clark is our guest.
How about that Pictionary? You ever play that game?
Pictionary?
Sure.
Yeah. We almost got in a fist fight over that, didn't we, Chick?
Yeah, we
Hey,
sure did.
and you play with your friends are always drunk, too. You know, all your buddies are always loaded up. Playing there. I get this phrase, I draw it, they're, hey, how about a guy frying his own penis? How about that? What the hell's the matter with you?
That's in Pictionary.
Idiot. It's Peter Pan, you idiot. Right in front of you here, you moron.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom.
Calm.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Morning.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello, Chick.
And his shirt matches his skin color. That's weird. There's Josh Arnold at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold with our special Bob and Tom legend guest.
Joining us in the studio, comedian Al Jackson is here with us. Hi, Al.
Hey, what up, y'all?
We usually see you on that big screen up there where you can see Mr. Pat Godwin right now.
Pat, I told him in the break room, he looks wonderful.
I mean, to see him in person, like, I'm really happy for him, man. You look good, boy.
You look good, too.
Thank you, kind sir.
They call that a glow-up. Is that right?
Yeah.
Look at y'all.
Oh, yeah.
That's really what it is, though. Like, he just
glow-up.
looks like a different person. Sometimes it's after a breakup you look like that, but he looks great now.
Oh, thank you very
Well,
much.
he got hooked up with a lady. Maybe that helps.
A lady.
Oh, yeah,
And
she
he,
dresses him now.
He stopped dyeing his hair.
Yeah.
Remember, he used to have that Elvis black? It was
horrible.
Yes.
That kind of thinning pompadour.
We talked about that in the break room, too. Look, if you want to dye your hair, God bless you. But unless it's a world class, like I'm in LA and I have a stylist doing it and somebody that does this, it's gonna look like you just dipped your head in ink. It was like, what's up, ladies?
Never looks good.
It never looks good. You look so much better with the silver. It looks like you're embracing.
I own it. I own it.
Yeah, man. And look at you.
Well, he doesn't really own it. He had to borrow the money to grow it. And he'll be wanting it.
What's that mean?
Little comedy there. Minor amount of comedy.
Yeah.
Al, it's always a pleasure. We got a lot to get to today, so
Yeah, man.
hold on tight. Al Jackson is one of the featured performers on a daily basis on the Daily Blast Live, taking a breather from the show to do some stand-up comedy. We'll hear about that coming up. But right now we return to the sports page.
One more story. You know, the 2024 Kentucky Derby is bearing down on us
Yeah, it
Saturday,
is.
May 4th. You got your horses picked yet?
Not yet.
Okay. We're going to have to make a show bet, right? I guess.
I saw him arriving at Churchill Downs a couple days ago, though.
Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Well, you know what the biggest, one of the big deals about the Kentucky Derby is, of course, hats. You can't have enough hats, Tom, for the men and the women. Well, Fireball Whiskey has recently released call it the Hot Lid Hat, which is tall enough to fit an entire 750 milliliter bottle of Fireball.
I got to get one of these.
Inside the hat.
Man,
That's right.
Fireball.
There it is right now.
That is awesome.
Now, inside that big,
It's
tall
Susie
red
invisible.
hat there you go. That's how it works. And he's wearing it on his head.
It looks like something the Cat in the Hat would wear.
Yeah.
It's just really sad to me because when I used to tour with Bill Bellamy, my claim to fame was we would go to nightclubs and I would steal the full 750 mil. It fits in your front pocket of your jeans.
Oh, right.
It's a weird thing. At the end of the night, everybody's drunk. You just put your sweater over it. I was broke. I used to wake up in the morning. They would still have that silver like spigot thing in it. I'd be like, hey, we're good for the day. Yes.
Whoever they hired a PR guy, Fireball.
Yeah, it's huge.
Or a PR person, 10 years ago? And
Now
ever since then,
it came out of
every
nowhere.
golf course.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
You get a birdie, you do a shot.
Let's see.
Well, do you guys know what blew Fireball up?
I don't know. No.
There's two songs. There's a rap song called Round Here, and there's a country song called Round Here. Florida, Georgia line.
Yeah.
And Fireball whiskey sales spiked 300% when they did that, when they dropped that song, and it's been popular ever since.
Oh, I
It's
did
kind of
not
like
know
when
that.
Busta Rhymes asked us to pass the Cavassier.
Absolutely. That was the first time where I was like, I think somebody paid for him to say this.
right.
So it's really interesting. But yeah, Florida, Georgia line.
That's a coffee table book.
Oh,
What?
Rap. That should be rap song.
Any song that is
Yeah, I mean, over the years,
catapulted
in
a
almost
product.
any genre of music, a product that becomes. I can give for example, in classic rock, you've got Don Henley dropping Ray-Ban Wayfarers.
Yeah.
Remember the second time he sings, he doesn't say sunglasses. She's got those Wayfarers on, but it's the name dropping.
And they got popular after that?
They but I mean, just dropping the name.
Yeah.
But there are ones that there are products you mentioned that they just blow up because of that.
It's all you need is a mention, because if you think about it, if you're trying to sell a product, you want people to say it over and over again. That's where jingles come from. But a rap song, if you like the song, you're just going to say it when you're rapping. So you're almost like saying the commercial to yourself out loud. So it's a weird thing. But if you can get it to be catchy and people don't feel like they're being sold stuff, it works.
And we were talking yesterday. We started going over old beer jingles. And we I forget which one. I think you said, "Hey Mabel, Black Label."
Ham's the land of sky blue water.
From the land of sky blue waters.
Ham's the beer refreshing.
Josh had You had the Bush.
Oh, yeah, head for the mountains.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's right. Yeah.
Bush. You know, that's Hoyt Axton doing that voiceover.
Really is.
Bush.
But didn't they pop the top when they said Bush too, and it's kind of echoed over the mountains? That kind of resonates with me.
It sure does.
Yeah.
But in the world of hip hop, I wonder what
Well, gin and juice.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, who was talking about gin and juice? And it is just a cultural thing. I don't think people really drink it now that much, you know. But it's just like people know gin and juice because of that song.
Right.
It's you just said it over and over again, and it just worked.
We also know you don't bring Kool-Aid to a gin and juice party. Just don't do it.
No.
That's right. You shouldn't bring Kool-Aid anywhere unless there's 900 people there and you need to serve them. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if your name is Jim.
We need this to stretch.
Lay back.
Now, has he been approached by a gin company to do a brand name version of this?
You know, I don't know who. Tim Wilson used to say, "Why don't we put Dr. Dre and Snoop in charge of our federal budget and start making some hard-earned cash?" Because those guys know, and Jay-Z, they know what they're doing.
It's amazing. Yeah, and if you think about gin and juice, we just played it. Think about like how simple that is. But how it's just this weird thing where everybody, no matter where you're from, knows that song and likes it. No one's like, turn that off. Even people that don't like rap, they still like, all right.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. It's weird.
Now, Fireball, was there something very specific that brought that out into the...
I think
the cheapness of it. It was
very
cheap.
Inexpensive, yeah.
Well, it tastes like cinnamon, which makes it easy to drink.
And this is the one, there's some kind of lawsuit because there's two different versions of it. The
small bottles are not the actual Fireball whiskey.
Stop it.
Something about it's grape-based or something.
Wine
more
or something.
of a malt
Is it the same
liquor.
company?
Same company,
Yeah.
looks the same.
It can be sold apparently in certain states in a different kind of store.
Yes.
Right.
Interesting.
Oh,
And you have to look at the front of it. It'll tell you if you read the small fine
Those are the
print.
ones you'll see 50 of them in the back of a golf cart.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. We got one, here's one right
50
here.
Fireball.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Why do you have one?
I have a
Tom?
friend who has a Fireball dispenser, and it comes out cold. Like it's.
Are you serious?
I'm dead
Really?
serious.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's Ted the alcoholic, isn't it? Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah, whenever he walks in, everyone says, "Hi, Ted." Okay.
Yeah, we're glad you're here.
I remember the name from racing, Fireball Roberts.
I don't remember that.
Who the
Anybody?
hell's Fireball Roberts? I've been around racing my whole
Oh,
life.
your husband is going to be so angry.
That sounds like somebody that died of natural causes in 1940.
Sadly, he did. Sadly, he did not.
Oh, okay.
He had the nickname before he died.
All
but
right.
That's as I
But
recall.
he died in a fireball?
Lived up to it, did he?
Yes.
I want to say there was another
was in his
Fireball,
contract.
and it wasn't Roberts.
Fireball. That's what they called Rudolph. And
Hey, Fireball. She thinks I'm cute.
Oh well. What's the most successful product you think that was launched via a hip hop lyric?
I mean, I guess
Pot.
honestly,
Tree.
probably. I mean, weed was always. It's been popular before hip hop,
Yeah.
but I don't really remember it being like that's all people talked about and all. Like there was a period of time where anytime you were with your friends, anytime they were like, I got to go to the store and get a little Dutch and roll up. It was like most of your life was either going to get stuff for weed or we're out of weed or we need to call the person for weed. And I really feel like that was Snoop Dogg and those guys that made it seem like really cool, and it was less cool to drink because it used to be 40 ounces. Remember that was like, that meant that you were like a man and like from the streets is like you drank 40s. But like as soon as Snoop started talking about weed and Jay-Z started talking about Cristal champagne, it just kind of leveled everybody up like, oh, it's not like rolling dice on the street corner. It's like, I want to be in a yellow Lamborghini with this girl.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was an option.
When you said go and get some Dutch,
Yes.
Yeah.
help me here.
So it's like Dutch Masters?
Yeah.
That's a cigar.
That's that Cameroonian coming
So you can
out.
roll
Oh,
a
yeah.
nice.
You would take the tobacco out and put the weed in.
Remember you
And
hollowed
what's that?
out?
Is that a blunt?
Yes. There
Thank
we
you.
go.
Thank you. As opposed to a spliff.
I feel like I'm studying for a biology final.
Yeah, well,
when he talks about
he
stuff.
asked me that question like he was a vice principal and he just went through my book bag.
Yeah.
Is this a blunt or a spliff?
Oh, I want to tell you about Simply Safe. the design-it-yourself, do-it-yourself home security system at Simply Safe has all the doodads, sensors to detect break-ins, fires, floods, and indoor-outdoor high-def cameras to keep watch over your property day and night. And you can put a camera where your pets are to keep an eye on them. And you can actually talk to them through the Simply Safe camera. Backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. And Simply Safe professional monitoring agents can help stop crime in real time by talking to intruders through the wireless high-def indoor camera. They'll tell the intruder police are on their way and you are being recorded. No contract, 60-day money-back guarantee. It's easy peasy to send the system back, although I've never heard of such a thing. Simply Safe has given us and many, many Bob and Tom Show listeners real peace of mind. Get 20% off any new Simply Safe system when you sign up for Fast Protect monitoring. Just visit simplysafetom.com. That's simplysafetom.com. Remember, there's no safe like Simply Safe.
All right. Now, coming up, we're going to hang out with comedian Al Jackson. We're also going to get a little music from Bob Schneider, the great singer and songwriter, in just a few minutes. Also coming up, Clint Howard, a fine actor, a kid who's been acting since he was 2, and a friend of the show. We'll look forward to talking with Clint. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Paul. And this is...
The airport has got like magical powers. The airport's the only place where like you could be on the floor eating a salad and somebody will come up to you and ask you to watch their most precious things. You know, like, can you watch my bag and my kid? Name A. Jackson, you know, slot 32B or whatever, and you just go find your car. And I went there, and, you know, 29, 30, 31, and then there's no 32. It just started with another rental car. It's like, I know I can't ask, like, where's 32 after 31, because they might not let you take the car, you know? Eventually, I went and asked, I was like, hey, ma'am, there's no 32. There's just budget. And she goes, oh, we merged with budget, so that's an Avis car, so just take that. I should have just taking the car on the off chance that there was a corporate takeover or whatever. And then maybe drive to somebody's house and break in and go to bed and hope it's an Airbnb. What are you talking about? Like, the Olympics are my favorite 4 years because they give that stat every 4 years about how many condoms they hand out at Olympic Village. This year we gave away 618,000 condoms at Olympic Village, and every time I hear that stat, I'm like, why? Those are our best people. We told that kid would be perfect. It'd be good on the land and the sea. It'd be like a first human Range Rover. What do we do? How about we start handing out condoms at Storage Wars meet and greets? I'm a basketball fan, and they said, like, if everything works out perfectly in the next 3 years, LeBron James and his son will be in the NBA at the same time. I was like, oh, that's cool. But then I did a little math of my own, and I figured out that in 6.5 years, me and my daughter's student loans are going to overlap.
3rd and goal, hit Golden Showers. Tate on a slant that was initially ruled a touchdown with 8 seconds left. After review, the play was overturned. As you can see, he's short of the goal line.
No, he's not.
And yes, he is. He's way short of the goal line. He's like an entire ball short of the goal line. The football, Tom. So that's with 8 seconds left. They had to stop play, look at the review. But then, due to a rule that causes a 10-second runoff when a clock is stopped by officials and then restarted, the game ended.
What?
With 8 seconds left.
What's the point of that rule? Another play?
In theory, the Lions could have lined up with a 4th down play as time expired, but the initial call of a touchdown is actually what disallowed that possibility.
Why?
The rule exists because the Rules Committee, led by Don Shula, the only comes when he wheels in, sons of bitches. I hate all you young mother...
My favorite news story of the year today.
Yogi in disguise.
Christy, can I just read you the headline? Because this really is mostly about you.
I know exactly where you're going with this. I know exactly what story. It involves bass players. That's all he's going to have to say.
Yes, it involves a scientific study of bass players.
Yes.
And this is the greatest story.
The over-under on musicians Christy's dated, I'm going to go 12.
Dated?
Dated.
Oh, by dated, he's, it's kind of a vague.
No, one date. Not necessarily.
Plus, Ace is back there giggling. Over, under 12?
Over, under 12. Ooh. Should I take the over?
No, now I have to
Just
think
first
about
date.
it.
Yeah, think about it. Put pen to paper.
But bass players in the news in a very positive way.
What do you define as dating?
Watch my. Oh, you see this finger?
Don't do that. No, that's not a date.
That's not a date.
Wait, so we're not talking bedded?
That's not a date.
Thank you, Josh. No, we're not talking
Dated.
bedded.
I'll say so. An intimate encounter in the back of a car is not a date.
I'm going to say no.
And
I'm
I've
going to
never
say
had that, to be honest with you.
you rode somewhere.
Hang on a second.
In the car with him, and he was driving.
Okay.
That's a date.
You have never had any kind of an intimate encounter in an automobile or a truck?
Not in the back seat.
Your Honor, I rest my case.
And under the categories are
defense,
potpourri.
The defense rests.
Potpourri.
I'd like to call Mrs. Christie Roadhead Lee to the stand, please.
No.
Well, you can do more in the front seat than that.
Potables, famous American.
Once again,
truck bed sex.
I rest my case.
Hi, this is Pat Godwin from The Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com, check out the list for a station near you, or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
Oregon, the beaver state.
Right.
Arkansas, the natural state.
They
which
are?
I guess makes California the surgically enhanced state.
Arkansas is
the silicone
the
state.
natural state?
All right, big closer here.
Yeah.
So here's my question. If I go from Tennessee to Missouri to Oregon, can I call it the volunteer to show me your beaver tour?
Yes, you can. And I'll open for you.
Let's talk to our guest, Tom Foss. Now, do you have any animals?
I got 2 horses, about 15 chickens, dogs, cats.
So you are in the country, yeah?
Yeah, gravel road, one-way gravel road.
Really?
Do you eat the chickens?
No, the eggs.
Ah.
My wife said she'd never kill one of the chickens.
Really?
But she doesn't have any problem scrambling up the kids.
That's sweet.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom.
Oh. Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're all here. Pat, Christy, Josh, Ace, one of our favorites, Al Jackson, comedian Esquire, and we have a special guest on the TV.
There we
Tom.
go. There
he
he
is.
Hey, what's up?
Look at that handsome man. Looks like you're calling from outer space in a UFO. It's Bob Schneider. Hey, Bob.
This is my orbiting space shuttle. Nice. So much money. It's ridiculous.
They're like cool lights in the background. And thanks for getting up early. It's my understanding you're calling from a shed in Austin, Texas.
It's not a
correct?
shed. Yeah. It's a studio behind his house.
Make it sound cool. It's a shed.
Just hiding out here in this shed. Yeah, that's about right.
Do you like singing at this ungodly hour?
I don't know. I'm a dad, so I get up early every day. I mean, I go to bed real early. I went to bed at 4 p.m. yesterday. So.
Nice.
Since 3 a.m.
That would be the ideal life for me, going to bed that early. Yeah. You reach a certain point with kids where you're going, oh, I had a great night last night. Did you go out? No, I went to bed at 7.
Yeah. It's the best.
What kind of songs do you sing for for the little one?
She doesn't want me to sing to her.
Really?
She wants to hear she wants to hear put on Taylor Swift or something. The last thing she wants to hear is me singing her song.
You don't cover any Taylor Swift songs for her?
I don't know any covers at all. I barely know my own songs.
When you do a sound check when you're on tour, do you ever screw up your own songs deliberately and change the lyrics and make them obscene or funny or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even do sound checks very often. But if I do find myself in a situation where I have, for some reason, I'm there early, we'll just make up something. We'll just kind of jam. But we'll just have fun.
Well, Bob has a couple songs, though, that are naughty on their own.
Sure.
Like, the famous Ass Knocker and country club is naughty.
That's got some lines in it.
Yeah, a little naughty.
Yeah. But sometimes just to entertain the band, you'll find certain artists will, because they and don't take this the wrong way, Bob. Sometimes artists get tired of their own songs, so they will deliberately play with them.
Yeah, I mean, luckily I've never had a hit, so I can just keep writing songs and play them. It's not like I wrote Cherry Bomb. I gotta play that every gig.
Bob Schneider is our guest. He's going to be on tour. Lots of stops all over Texas. But you'll be in West Hollywood coming up on May 9th. And I'm just looking at a bunch of these dates. You're going to really do the thorough tour of Texas, but you'll be in Manitou Springs, Colorado on June 6th. On Friday, you're with the band in Fort Collins, Colorado. That's June 7th. That's a Friday evening. Bob, you want to play a little something for us? Since you've gone to the time and trouble to get up, let's go.
I'd love to. Jake, is there anything you want to hear in particular?
Well, by the way, Tom, what if he said no? Right He's got a guitar. I just sit in my shed with a guitar.
Bob, I've really gotten back into your song club, and your 2 for Tuesday. He puts out 2 songs every Tuesday.
That's awesome.
And it's called the Bob Schneider Song Club. And recently you put out something called Across the Street from Broken Dreams, I believe. The Broken Hearted.
Yeah.
Across from the Broken Hearted. Yeah, can you play that one?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I'll do it. Oh, here we are in the stadium setting. Here we go.
Okay.
In 1908, some men took off for the South Pole, and no guarantee that they ever make it back home. On a wing and a prayer with this crazy idea that if they succeeded against all odds, it'd be worth it. But as luck would have it, things went bad from the get-go. It's an early winter that year, and they got caught in an ice floe. And they were stuck there at the bottom of the world with no way home. No way home. No way home. As for me, I thought my heart was locked up forever. Thought I had done what needed to be done. Thought I was so clever. But you dug it up, took it home with you. You brought it back to breathing. You said, this is what I do. Now here I am, and there you are. And here we stand underneath a lot of these stars. Came from so far away, so long ago. From some place that we'll never know. Now we've come so far, and it's been so long. I want to hold you just to keep you warm. And even though we're so far from where we started, we're still across the street from broken hearted. Took me by the hand. You should follow me. Took me down to the endless sea. We passed the walls down, saw the bones there on the ground. We passed through the dark alleys on the outskirts of town. Lit fire to keep us warm. The rain kept coming. The rain kept coming. Here I am, and there you are. You stand underneath a lot of these stars that came from so far away, so long ago. From some place that we'll never know. And we've come so far, and it's been so long. I want to hold you just to keep you warm. And even though we're so far from where we started, we're still across the street from broken hearted. What's that?
Bob. Now, the start of that is kind of incredibly sad.
Just lovely.
It starts sad and ends sad, I think.
Yeah.
In the middle, a little hope.
We're speaking with Bob Schneider. We were having a little trouble getting the guitar. But tell me more about the Song Club, Bob. I remember reading about it. And how does the Song Club that you have work?
Well, I have a Patreon, and if you join the Patreon, I send out 8 songs a month. So it's like a whole album every month. And let me get out of the stadium setting. There we go. I've been writing songs for the last 25 years, and so I have just a couple thousand songs that I've written that I don't ever put on my studio record. So this was a way to kind of get those out the door and get them into people's hands who want them. So I've been doing it for a while. I think 5 years now. Been doing that.
Wow. Do you have a sort of a thing that you do when you're nothing's coming? Do you sit down with a magazine and look for a word? Or when you're driving, do you carry around like a little tape recorder and go, wait a minute, I got an idea here?
Yeah, if I get stuck on ideas, I pull up a little thing called oxycodone. No. Works every time. Hey, if it's good enough for John Lennon. No, here's what I do.
This song is called Stealing from My Mom's Purse.
Yeah, exactly. What do we? Yeah, what's on the songwriting table today? I'll tell you the thing that the only thing that really stops anybody from writing anything is trying to write something good. Like that, if I sit down and I'm like, oh, I got to write a great song, it's not going to go well, probably. But if I just sit down to just have fun, you can always write something. So
that's great advice. Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
I know Seinfeld sits down every day with a legal pad and a pen and sits down in a room for I've read like an hour plus, just no distractions, and no matter what, if he comes out with something great, if not, at least he was there. But
at least he got away from his family for
Dad's in his room.
At least he got away from the wife and kids.
Well, aren't you still in that club, Bob, where you send out a phrase every week and there's a bunch of songwriters that get together and see what songs they can write? Yeah.
Yeah. So every week I send out a little phrase, and I have a group of about 20 writers, and they write a song using that phrase, and we send it to each other. And it's just a deadline every week to write something. So otherwise, I mean, I could go years without writing anything if I didn't have some kind of a deadline,
Where do you get, is the phrase, do you come up with it?
Yeah, it can be anything, really. Fingers. Oh, here's your phrase.
Have there been any disastrous phrases where nobody was able to come up with it?
Yes, the song "Fingers." Got to take them down from YouTube.
Yeah, Fingers did not go well. Not really. It's really like that stone soup, where you start with the stone, but it's really whatever you put into it that makes the song. I usually don't even bother with the prompt and then kind of shoehorn it in at the end. And kind of sometimes it gives you an extra verse, but what's remarkable, I think, is even if like the phrase is like "I'm a man," there'll be 20 songs with the phrase "I'm a man," and none of them will be the same.
Yeah,
that's the part that's very interesting to me.
Usually, I'm just screaming that at a car that my girlfriend's driving away in.
I'm a man, damn it!
It'd be funny if they did it kind of like Groucho way back in the day when the phrase pops in, all of a sudden the duck drops from the
duck
ceiling.
drops down and you win $50. Yeah,
and who was it that is it Penn and Teller? If they go to a movie,
oh yeah,
and the title of the movie is stated in dialogue, they stand up and start applauding.
They clap.
If someone says the subject was roses, yeah, they shoehorned it in.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, Bob, thanks for getting up early. I think you've got a kid to take to school. Am I hearing that?
And also, Bob, before you get away, the real reason for me setting this up is I saw that Human Torch is on vinyl. That's Bob's latest album, The Human Torch.
So cool.
So, shoot that out to the chickster.
So you have a turntable.
Sure,
I was wondering why you were mentioning that. Yeah, okay. I'll get it out to you right away.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Bob, thanks very much.
Thank you.
We're going to make
you're
this,
welcome.
I hope you're up for it. We're going to make it a regular thing, so get used to it.
Can't wait. Love talking to you guys. Take care.
All right,
pleasure, Bob.
Thank you very much. Now, we still have Chick McGee over there. I can see him from here.
And Chick, we can find Bob on Spotify and all that, and
Bob
his
Schneider,
albums on iTunes and
BobSchneider.com, and
just wonderful.
All his tour dates are listed
and
there.
he's going to be at the world famous Troubadour May 9th.
Oh,
Thursday night, May 9th, and then he's going to be in Solana Beach at the Belly Up. There
You may
near
need to take a
San
trip.
Diego. That's
Salami
why
Beach.
Solana Beach is
That's
great.
why I'm telling you.
They call it Salami Beach because the men are all dangle.
It's not Salami Beach. It's Solana Beach.
San
Folks,
Francisco
do yourself-
on May 10th, and
do yourself a favor and check out his catalog.
This is awesome.
All kind. There's really upbeat, happy, fun songs. There's songs like what we heard this morning, a little slower, and it's just a terrific
Freezing to
song.
death.
And he's a great.
And he's Chick's friend.
He's
That's
an
also
absolute
good.
wonderful, absolutely wonderful guy.
So slow they were frozen.
You will definitely find something you like in his catalog.
He's a nice man. He's a good friend, unlike you clowns. What? Christine, let's go to the news desk. Want to real quick?
Sure, Chick.
Okay.
If you were going to pick a celebrity for president, who would you choose?
This is a great question.
This is easy.
Who would you go with?
Tom Hanks.
Really?
He's on the list.
Yep.
Yeah.
Al, before we taint it with the actual answer.
I'm going to go with, I think we need a black woman.
Oh, really?
In there. Like, not Oprah. I'm thinking more like...
Oprah's on the list.
Like Angela Bassett.
She's not on the list.
Just because, like, like, when you come in the White House, like, it just smells like good food and, like, good perfume.
She's got great arms.
And, she's, like, in shape. She's going to be classy. Just like when you look and you're just like, our president is a dime.
But Al.
But she's authoritative, too.
Yeah, she's got that.
But Al, what about the vice president? Vice president?
I don't think that Kamala would like that because Angela would take her shine. She really would.
We're learning a lot here. Take her shine, I like, and also a dime. You want to explain what that means?
Oh, just a 10-piece, just a 10.
So a 10.
Yeah.
It's the new way to say 10.
A 10. Yeah. She's a 10. She's
slow
hot.
down, okay? I'm not a sponge.
Tom, it's a new way to say 10.
Okay, so she's a dime.
Yes.
Wow. So it's not like she's a cheap hooker. It's that she's a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
All right.
It's
not like a round-heeled.
Josh, do you have a suggestion?
Yeah, I would go with somebody like The Rock, somebody who seems to be middle of the road and also physically imposing. Either that or I would go with somebody like I want a fat president again.
Fat?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a real guy's guy.
Who have you got anymore?
Well, Chris Christie was probably the begins and ends with
No,
him,
but it's got to be a celebrity, not politician.
Celebrity.
Right.
Well,
so maybe like a Kevin James
there you go.
type build. Yeah.
There you go.
Dad bod.
But I think Rock, I'd go with The Rock.
I mean, this isn't really a ridiculous question.
No, it's not.
I mean, when you look at Schwarzenegger became governor, he couldn't run for president because he wasn't born in America.
Ronald Reagan,
Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump were both celebrities prior to becoming politicians.
The Rock can't be the president either because he was born in Hawaii. That's
Wait a second. Wasn't Barack born in Hawaii? Oh, wait a minute.
Well, let's see the birth certificate. And if The Rock becomes president, we can take on other world leaders in a physical test of strength and possibly a boxing match. Or
I don't. Yeah. The Rock is president. I don't think that's
too far off.
No, he's kind of.
According to the survey of 2,000 people, though, the number one selection was Denzel Washington.
Oh,
that's not a bad choice.
I could see that.
So would he be Washington too?
Electric Boogaloo?
No, I mean,
President our second Washington.
Yeah.
I think The Rock is I think he's the most realistic one.
And that's number two on the list, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, followed by Tom Hanks, Clint Eastwood, who's a little too old, I think.
Wait a minute. Isn't Clint Eastwood younger than all the guys running now?
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
George Clooney at number 5, Oprah at 6, Matthew McConaughey at number 7.
Oh, he's too far. All right.
Number 8, Bill Gates. Number 9, Elon Musk. And rounding out the top 10, Mark Cuban.
Oh, okay. Cuban's a possibility at some point.
Elon Musk is South African, though, right? He can't run. Yeah.
No,
correct.
but this is just
it's still interesting.
I think it's more than, I mean, I think really, if you think about it, it's really just a popularity contest. It's like in high school. Should your star quarterback be the SGA president? Probably not. He knows nothing.
Yeah.
There's a nerd that's been actively studying this high school, but he's gonna go, hey, we're gonna kill it this Friday against Central, and then we're gonna party Saturday, and he's gonna get elected. It's popularity. So who's more popular than The Rock?
Nobody.
Matthew McConaughey comes out shirtless to do a press conference with a pair of bongos.
You know, that could happen tomorrow.
You know, that sort of thing, talking to people that aren't there. I think that's already happened. Yeah.
If you dudes tried the brown acid, it's awesome. That's a great question. But now, Josh, you've got me thinking. Who is a heavy, fat?
Right.
There aren't a lot anymore.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think there's a chance we'll never see another president who's bald, who's fat, or who has a full beard.
I don't know about the beard part.
That would be the one that would get by.
The beard is starting to become more and more popular.
Right. But whenever they do these focus groups, people just, even subconsciously, they don't want bald, fat, and for a long time, bearded.
Wow. But I kind of want my president to look bald and overweight, like they haven't been working out, like they haven't been taking care of themselves because they're working themselves to death. That is a look that you want from your accountant, and you want that from your president, just like somewhere where they look unhealthy, like they're living on coffee.
They just have to grab a burger? Yeah.
They have no relationship with their kids. And it's just like, I want a workaholic as a president. But I think The Rock... I think that might really happen.
Well, we'll revisit this. I want some more ideas. Coming up, what do you got over there, Christy?
Coming up, we have our serial pooper back in the news. We have a couple of strip club stories and the guy with the way too big wiener.
Yeah. He's got
wieners are like engagement rings. There's no such thing as too big.
Yeah, there are.
Okay.
No,
apparently there are.
Really?
We'll find out. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel.
Like every other comedian ever, I, too, have recently broken up with my girlfriend.
So you had to let her go from the van.
I unchained her from the radiator.
Well, I guess that's over.
I broke up, my last girlfriend, I broke up via voicemail. Is that
really?
tacky?
That is kind of tacky.
Well, hear me out.
All right.
I didn't leave a message on her voicemail.
Oh.
I left it on the outgoing message on my voicemail.
All right. Hi, this is Brendan.
Exactly.
Leave a message.
It's less confrontational. If this is Susan, it's over.
All right.
Hit the bricks, Ugga-mug.
Would anybody else just leave your message?
Yeah, anybody else leave a message.
Don't forget your number. Did you start your message? Your message is important to me.
Unless it's Susan.
Did you say hit the bricks, Ugga-mug?
Yeah, I called her Ugga-mug. She's ugly. I was dating an ugly girl.
Well, somebody has to.
She was hard on the eyes.
Wow.
Ugga-mug.
Ugga-mug.
I think I'm going to start calling you that. That'll be like my little pet name for you, Christy. Ugga-mug.
Oh, well, that's not appropriate.
No, certainly not. I just think it's cute. Ugga-mug.
Well, you can be mean to ugly girls because they don't have feelings. I saw that on the Discovery Channel.
That's what you were told, right?
Well, there you go.
I discovered that.
Hey, by the way,
we have something for the quotes page. Nicely done. Usually you don't make the quotes page in the first 10 minutes, but you just did.
She bought rocks one time from Pier 1 Imports. She bought a basket of rocks.
No kidding.
To decorate her coffee table with. Well, they had like words chiseled into them.
Oh, okay.
That's weird. They said like joy and happiness and friendship. So like one night I just took a handful of those rocks and I drove around my neighborhood chucking them through people's windows.
Joy.
Like, here comes happiness. We were driving to the mall one time so she could buy some dumb stuff. And there was a car in front of us, and it had a bumper sticker that said, "My boss is a Jewish carpenter" on it. And she was all like, "My boss is a Jewish carpenter? What's that mean?" And I was like, think about it. Who's the most famous Jewish carpenter you can think of?
Right.
And I swear to God, she went, I don't know. Geppetto? That totally happened for real in real life.
Hey guys, my dad has a new album out called Under the Bed, and it would really help a lot if you were to check that out so I can go to college. Please.
It does smell like barbecue sauce.
There is barbecue sauce.
Christy made us meatloaf. I'm terrified.
We're celebrating Joe Day. Oh, wait a minute. Now we're being
it's Meatloaf Day, evidently.
Interrupted here. We have Christy's meatloaf has just been brought into the room.
Bob's going to try some of the
When did you make this, Christy?
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago.
Meatloaf is always best in the fridge after a couple.
Are there any fillers in this?
Any fillers?
What's your recipe? Can you share your recipe?
Yeah, I use ground chuck, some barbecue sauce, a little bit of Italian breadcrumbs, couple of eggs.
Is there barbecue sauce on this?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't listening.
Barbecue sauce. And then
So what's the verdict over there, Bob?
Well, it's barbecue meatloaf.
I put barbecue and syrup on the top.
Is it good barbecued meatloaf? Or?
Yeah, I've never had barbecue on my meatloaf before.
Not bad?
No, it's not bad at all.
I don't like it's not not bad at all.
Yeah,
My
that's
kids
damning
ask
with
for
faint praise.
I can't eat. I'm meat intolerant.
Seriously, my kids don't eat a lot of seconds in my house, and
this is very good. This is a new twist to a meatloaf.
Yeah,
I've never had
kind
this
of a
before.
sweet.
What kind of barbecue sauce?
Well, can we get this food show all over the
like Sweet Baby Ray? Or?
Can we celebrate Joe Day again,
Let's
please?
do that.
No, don't feed it to me. Here.
Eat it.
No, it's very good.
Thank you.
You need to dunk it in ketchup, though. That's the way I eat meatloaf.
No, I don't use ketchup in my meatloaf.
A hint of dog food. Just a hint.
Totally agree.
Ha, 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 ha. If the top of your head is bushy and gray, hair color is not your problem. Remove that hatchet from your skull. Say hello to your cerebellum.
Oh, dear, you've got a little gravy on your blouse from dinner.
Oh, honey, that's not gravy. That's part of my frontal lobe.
Ha, 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 ha.
Just for morons. From Friggamall Industries. Ask for it by name.
What the hell?
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
They put the F in professional.
Here's one of the fattest things I've ever done.
I ate a pie in a car.
By myself. The apple pie that we had, it was so thick and beautiful. I just ate it like a piece of pizza.
Wait a minute. So you ate a pie by cutting it into triangular pieces and eating it one by one?
Like
what a weirdo!
Like a pizza. No, like without a fork is what I meant. You pick it up and you eat it like a piece of pizza. You dick.
Comedian Greg Fitzsimmons has joined us in the studio. You're a New Yorker.
Yeah.
How's that going?
New York's good. Not bad. It's a strange place because no matter where you work or what you do, you come in contact with freaks. You know, I worked at a gas station for a couple of years, and the guy I worked with, strange man, former porno movie star from the 70s.
Really?
Yeah, he'd get confused every time he'd fill the tank. Halfway through, he'd pull it out and spray it all over the car. And, we lost a lot of good petrol.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob. Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Hello, hello, hello. Thursday starts the weekend.
We're live.
We are live.
As you can tell.
Large and in charge. Hello, Tom.
The matter at hand. I'm sorry. Guests would include Al Jackson. I can see him over there. And Al Jackson is a very fine stand-up comedian. He's also one of the, he's on the dais, if you will, on a daily basis on the Daily Blast Live on a television near you or fed live on YouTube.
I thought daises were only for roasts.
That's when you hear it most.
Yeah. Is it Is it a panel or is it
a panel? Yeah.
Wasn't the Last Supper a dais?
Kind of. Technically, yeah.
It's a ridiculous word. And I like to, for example, the difference between a lectern and a podium. Anyone, class?
Yes.
Lectern and a podium.
A lectern has wheels.
Podium has a mic.
Is there a difference?
There is. We learned it. Somebody windbagged us about it.
Yeah, we got windbagged.
Yeah.
But he's not at a podium or a lectern. He's Al Jackson.
Yes.
Wearing the aviators are back.
Yeah.
And Al, I got mocked last week because of my aviator sunglasses.
Who mocked you?
Oh, everyone.
Oh, really? Did I see these?
Everyone that lives in my house and sleeps in my bed.
It was Monday. It was Monday.
Co-workers
They're
and
like
loved ones.
70s
You might not have
ski
seen
goggle
them.
glasses.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Monday.
I don't think you were here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're they look like those 70s era aviators that everyone wore skiing. They were like Bonnie Bell or something, but they're red, white, and blue.
They're not bad.
They sound cool.
They are.
They are actually.
I get mocked for wearing them.
Well, your girls are going to tease you. They're
girls.
Has anybody gone vintage shopping now that we're talking about this?
I love vintage shopping.
Yeah, last weekend with my daughter doing vintage shopping. Josh, the stuff is 3 times what it cost in the 80s. Like a T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
You'll look in the T-shirt's like $110. I'm like, somebody wore this 20 years ago. It is vintage cost, I would say, at least twice as much as buying it new.
Yeah, it's expensive to get scabies.
Yeah.
I could turn you on to some really good vintage stores where that,
Put me on. I love some vintage.
The young kids love the vintage.
What do you think that is?
My girls shop vintage probably 90% of the time now.
That's all my daughter
buy new vintage, if you know what I mean. Like I could buy
fake vintage.
Like an REO Speedwagon concert shirt that looks distressed and.
But he's right. If you buy one that's original,
Yeah.
it's hundreds of dollars.
I was doing a show one time, and there was a 14-year-old. It was at a comic book store, and there was a 14-year-old, and he had a Pulp Fiction shirt on. And I just looked at him. I go, "Do you know what that is?" And he goes, "No." He had He didn't know it was a movie or anything. He just knew it was like old. And I think maybe that was like our Ramones. Like some people that wore the Ramones never heard of them.
CBGB shirts that people didn't know what they were really.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
When kids would wear Che Guevara.
Yeah.
Like, you know what this is about.
Right. He built Shea Stadium.
I like to wear my Che Guevara T-shirt with my topsiders.
It's Michael Che from SNL. All right.
Oh God, I love that guy. Yeah, people don't. They have no idea what it is that they're wearing.
No.
And even places that kind of troubles me. I had this conversation. Oh, cool.
Well,
you go to Walloon Lake. And she goes, "What? Is your shirt? Your shirt says Walloon Lake. That's a great place. You know, that's where Hemingway wrote about."
Oh my gosh.
Had no idea. Didn't know who Hemingway was.
Wait, she didn't know who Hemingway was?
No, didn't know that he was up at Walloon.
Were you just talking to some rando at
No, it was at my iced tea shop. So
yes, it was a rando.
I mean, don't you find that troubling when you start talking about a topic and there's no recognition on the person you're talking to on their face?
Blank look.
But you're convinced they know about it because you know all
No,
about it.
but if you're wearing
You're a
that,
sick man.
that's kind of a semi-obscure spot. If you're wearing that, oh hey,
semi-obscure.
But if you're wearing the shirt, I don't know.
No, it's like the great Brian Regan joke. He likes the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Al likes the Browns. I like Washington. And because we're wearing a shirt, some guy will come up, "Hey, what do you think about Washington this year?" Hell, I don't know. Leave me alone. I'm just wearing the shirt.
But you're just.
I got no say.
But it's a. I don't understand.
Do you think you have to, like, would it be weird if I was wearing like a Paris Eiffel Tower T-shirt and I'd never been to France? Or
no, but it would be weird if you didn't know what it was.
I was telling my girlfriend the other day because she didn't believe me. If you guys remember, we've been talking forever. My mom raised my 2 nephews. I'm going to leave their names out of this. And my mom called me 6-7 years ago when they were still in high school, and she was like, "I got their geography test back." And I go, all right, why are you calling me in the middle of the day? And she just goes, I don't know how to tell you this, but neither one of your nephews has ever heard of Alaska.
Oh, wow.
Had never heard of it.
And they were in high school.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. And I mean, it was one of the biggest belly laughs because my mom did not find it funny.
Well, she's an educator, isn't she?
Yeah. So, like, she just, they're in her house. And just like, I think that they thought their teacher just like misspoke. It said Alaska. Because, like it dangles off the map. And I think they're like, that's a trick question. Not going to get
Yeah, that's not part of the United States.
Yeah. Well, now we were talking earlier, to change the subject again, about a certain type of whiskey.
Yeah, Fireball.
And got this letter. This comes from Brian. He goes, a friend of mine, a girlfriend, smelled a candle, and she goes, oh, wow, that candle smells like Fireball. My friend said, you mean cinnamon? So what is that?
Very good.
What is that? Thank you very much for that nice letter.
I'd like to see that recipe. Put the Fireball flakes into the cookies.
I can't drink it. I had an issue with cinnamon schnapps, which is essentially where my friends and I we got a bottle when we were underage, and we couldn't drink it that night, so we buried it in a playground. And then one August night, we remembered, oh man, we buried that bottle of, and we went back and drank what had to have been 98-degree cinnamon schnapps and just got hammered. And so sick, obviously.
I can't imagine. And just it coming back, those chemicals. That's all it is chemicals.
So I can't chew Big Red. My mouth is like doing a weird watery thing right now.
Yeah.
Talking about
all you need is one, and that'll do it.
That is weird when it makes you really sick. You can't even
ever again
mention it.
Yeah.
You can't have cinnamon rolls?
I can. Oh, no, cinnamon's fine. But like Big Red or Fireball or, yeah.
All right.
So
if he had said he couldn't have cinnamon rolls, I would have laughed like Al laughed on the Alaska thing.
I'd fight through it.
Yeah.
Fight through the
I have a friend who gave me a cinnamon roll place for you guys when we were in Des Moines. Yeah, I guess.
Do you know
big as a
anybody
dinner plate
that doesn't like cinnamon rolls, Christy?
Nope, I don't.
I'm trying to think if I know. It's like the most universally liked. It would be weird.
The fragrance when you walk in the house.
Yeah, and you get to ice them.
That's what you should do when you're trying to sell your house. They say make it smell like cookies. I think go with cinnamon rolls.
You like the orange rolls? Did you
I like the orange rolls as well. Yeah.
What's that?
I haven't had those either.
Coming up, we will find out what celebrities you want to be president, of course. We also have two really unusual strip club stories.
That's right.
In the news, and I'm sure you've all wanted one of these, a robot dog that is also a functional flamethrower.
I have to get
that is now available. You can actually purchase one. Retail price $9,420.
Which end does the flame come out of?
We'll find out.
It's called the Therminator. We'll find out about that.
I almost want it to come out of his mouth.
Okay.
I believe it does. We'll find out. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP and get your Bob.
Henry Phillips in the studio with us. Go ahead, Henry.
All right, well, this is a song about one time I was flipping through the channels, and it was late at night, and I saw that they had one of those televangelist preacher guys, and he was talking, as a lot of them do, about the end of the world is coming. And I want to tell all the people out there that the end of the world is coming. For some of us, sooner than others, but not to be a downer in the morning, but it is coming. And this is a song about what I would do if it were the end of the world. Here we go. Well, I was flipping through the channels on my TV set last night, and then I came across some TV preacher guy, and he was talking about some prophecies, and I think I heard him say that tomorrow was the end of the world. So then I went into my kitchen and I reached for that top shelf, and I grabbed the finest whiskey I could find, 'cause there's no need to save the finer things for later anymore, since tomorrow is the end of the world. And then I got into my car and I drove down to a street corner, and I asked some guy where I could get some blow. And then I went up to the prettiest hooker I could find and asked if I could do a line off of her Hooters. Well, much to my surprise, she said she didn't have Hooters. And much to my surprise, I didn't care, 'cause there's no need for us to not be getting transsexual hookers anymore, since tomorrow is the end of the world. So have a smoke, shoot some smack, kick a kid in the face, steal somebody's groceries. Cause there's no need to not be a grocery stealing, little kid in the face kicking, smack shooting, smoking, tranny hooker, getting all the other stuff I said earlier, guy anymore, since tomorrow is the end of the world. But when I woke up this morning, I took a look around. And of course I saw that everything was fine. But I'm still gonna call and thank that televangelist preacher guy, because I had myself a really lovely time.
Yeah.
Race fans, it's May, and you're out at the track. You're hot and thirsty. If you don't get some relief quick, just like those Indy cars, your body's gonna overheat. That's why you need the cool, refreshing blast of body fuel. It's like an overhaul for your body in a 12-ounce can. Just one drink and you'll be refueled and ready for anything your busy lifestyle demands. Excuse me, sir. You look hot and thirsty.
Boy, I sure am. I got my 2 kids with me and I forgot the cooler in the car. God, it's got to be 100 degrees out here. I could sure go for a cold drink of water.
Water? You don't want water. You want something that'll replenish all the fluids you've lost. You need the overhaul for your body in a 12-ounce can. You need body fuel.
Body fuel? I never heard of it.
That's because it's new. Here, try it, sweet.
Jesus! This tastes like motor oil.
Well, there is some motor oil in there. And some transmission fluid, gasoline, and even a little engine coolant.
Engine coolant? Hey, I can't see.
Well, of course you can't see. That's the power of body on your system, making it just like brand new. What do you think of body fuel?
Are you trying to kill me? Hey, what's that fizzing noise?
That's a little battery amp. It'll keep your body running smooth and efficient. How do you like the sporty racing look of the package?
I can't see it. I can't see anything.
Well, it's very sporty. Don't worry, preliminary testing shows that the blindness is only a temporary side effect. Anyway, how about that refreshing, cool, clear taste?
Come here. I'm going to sue you bastards. Come here. Where are you? I can't see anything.
Body fuel. When you're so thirsty you could die. Try one of Body Fuel's 3 delicious flavors. Original lemon lime, iced tea, or diesel.
I can't feel my tongue. My gums are bleeding. My gums are bleeding.
Body Fuel from the people who brought you Thirspiration Plus. It's the health drink for those on the run. Go out and pick up some Body Fuel today at a supermarket or auto parts store near you.
Come here, you son of a bitch.
Hey, it's Josh from the Bob and Tom Show. Thank you for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com, check out the list for a station near you, or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on...
And our delicious burgers, including the Daily Double and the Triple Crown. And remember our motto, if we're not in your neighborhood yet, your neighbors have probably passed a petition.
So if your horse has lost his stuff and his legs aren't thin and bony, and if his meat ain't very tough, then he comes to Burger Pony. Comes to Burger Pony. Comes to Burger Pony.
Hi, this is Larry Reeb, Uncle Larry. It's a sick world, and I'm a happy guy, and you're listening to the Bob and Tom Radio.
I got one of those,
yeah?
You know, the calls on the phone, the guy's selling you something or trying to get donation.
Right.
He actually used this word, is this the man of the house? Is this 1952? Yes,
Yeah.
it is the man of the house. I'm lounging on the divan with a highball. Why do you insist on calling during Edward R. Murrow? I'm furious.
Come on.
So I'm working on it. My wife said you learn a lot about yourself if you keep a diary. And that is so true. I've learned my life is brimming over with really boring activities. And now one more, writing in my diary. Thanks, honey.
Yeah.
And the airlines, they tell you all this psychological stuff to make you feel safe. Like every time you get on the plane, they talk about the flotation seat. And they explain it to you. Like if you go down, if you crash in the ocean, then this seat will float 2 planes out of 100 go overseas. 98 out of 100 stay right here. So if you want to make me happy, you show me a seat that's going to bounce out of a cornfield. That's what I like. This is what they got everything just confused like that.
James Gregory is our guest. He's not a flyer, apparently.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
Al Jackson joins us. Uncle Al. No, Sweet Face.
Yes.
Al Jackson. There's Josh Arnold at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair.
And boy, do I have something to tell you. Go now to IHateStevenSinger.com, purchase a 24-karat gold-dipped rose, and get upgraded with one of Steven Singer Jewelers' rose scents for free. And soon, IHateStevenSinger.com.
I'll be daggone.
Steven Singer.
There's Tom Griswold. I'm Chick McGee with this reminder in the world of sports.
With the first pick in the 2016 NFL Draft. Good evening and welcome to the NFL Draft. Come on, Philly, come on. Welcome, football fans, to the 2018 NFL Draft. Good evening, Nashville. Welcome to Music City, home of the 2019 NFL Draft.
They are lusty, Tom. Lusty.
There you go.
There you
go. Welcome to the 2021 NFL Draft.
You suck.
I say, it's the old rock and roll thing where you walk out and your name, you just as soon as you say the name of the place you are, the crowd goes nuts.
Yeah. Or you get it wrong and they boo.
Yeah. Roger Goodell, you'll be watching tonight.
Yes, sir.
Your team?
I bet Ace will be watching.
Washington Commanders.
Nope, Washington football team. That's one name I recognize.
They pick when?
Second.
Oh, a lot of pressure.
It'll be Caleb Williams to the Bears, and then all conventional wisdom, or as I call it, the CW.
You mean where I get all my news?
Yeah, they're Jaden Daniels, the reigning Heisman Trophy winner from LSU, James Carville School.
Oh, I thought they were going for Caitlin Clark.
No, that's the WNBA draft. It's all wrapped up there.
Vastly different.
Oh, sorry.
Al Jackson is sitting in with us from the Daily Blast Live.
Cleveland Browns fan.
We have no first-round pick this year, so I don't think we have another one next year either. We gave it all up for Deshaun, so come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. We gave up the franchise.
Cleveland, to hell with our fans. Browns.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, look.
Whoa.
It's a rough one. We panicked because we can look now and it looks bad, but you have to understand we haven't had a quarterback in years. We panicked when we thought we had a chance to get one, and it has not worked out. It's just like when you've been a single mom for a long time, and it's like he's fine. It's fine. He'll be fine. So that's where we are.
Well, that actually leads into these news stories. We have two strip club stories that kind of can segue from Deshaun into this.
Everybody be quiet. I want to hear about the strip club.
You're going to love this one too, Chick.
Okay.
A strip club in Portland, Oregon will begin offering meal delivery. That's right.
Really? How good is their
They're
food?
calling it Boober Eats.
Well,
we've made that joke.
If the strippers aren't delivering them, what are they talking about?
The Lucky Devil Lounge will offer a full food menu, as well as non-alcoholic drinks for home delivery made by the club's dancers.
I hope there's a bouncer as well.
Yeah.
No. I don't see prostitution breaking out because of this at all.
Yeah. But I mean, so then your neighbors know that you're a perv? Hey, look.
Yes.
Doesn't necessarily mean
You
perv.
worry about what other people think, don't you?
But in this case, it is sort of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Club owner Sean Bolden said the idea initially was a joke, but when it gained traction online, he decided to make it happen. Bolden said delivery dancers will wear pasties and booty shorts, drop off the food, dance for a second, and then
Dance
move
for a
along.
second.
They're strippers.
He added, "We will still stay a reasonable distance back, and they carry Lysol as well."
What?
The strippers will also pose for photos.
Who carries Lysol? The strippers?
Well, it is in Portland, so they probably don't use deodorant, just crystals or whatever.
They should carry pepper spray.
Can you imagine the armpit hair on a Portland stripper?
Oh, yeah. Very organic, kind of earthy.
And Josh, you're right. The club security guards will be driving and providing security.
They
at
have
each
to.
drop. Oh, yeah.
Did you order the crabs? No, I asked for.
But that's
a
got to
meatloaf.
be like becoming a stripper. If that's what you want to do, yes, awesome. But to then your boss be like, we also need you to drive some food out, bro.
No.
It's like, and then you got to go and they're like, oh, well, you do a little dance. There's no music in this guy's doorway.
It's so odd.
Dancing.
Do they
with,
bring?
like,
They probably
cold
bring a
tacos.
boombox.
And I think one guy would open up his mozzarella sticks and kind of eat them while his wife nod while she sort of shimmies.
Do you pay by stuffing bills into the G string?
That's the thing. I hope they tip.
They have to
like
tip
crazy.
really well.
I don't think this is going to work.
No.
Boober Eats.
Very. It's funny to send to somebody else.
That's what I was thinking. Me and you were the first. That was my first thought. It's like,
now that's fun.
I just casually asked, what's your address? My mom wants to send you her butt pic. Yeah. I think the worst thing to do is just let the stripper get there. You open the door. She starts dancing. It's super awkward. And then you just slowly let it shut.
She dances in the doorway?
Yes.
And what's going to stop?
He's not going to come in.
We have
neighbors
to order Tom one of these.
Yes.
Because he would embarrass right away.
No. I'd fire you.
What's going to stop
It would kill him in
four
this neighborhood.
14-year-olds from ordering food from this place?
There's no way this is going to.
Just so they can get a glimpse of this.
Right.
And they picked the wrong name. What are they calling it?
Boober Eats.
Boober Eats isn't bad.
I don't know.
It's better than DoorGash.
That is better. Yeah.
Or Domino's.
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 What else strippers are
No,
for?
this is
Or pizza slut.
No, this can't. This is not going to work out.
What about Pizza Butt?
I like Pizza Butt.
It's in a butt.
But that doesn't sound attractive, though. Pizza butt. It's catchy.
Well, remember, we were helping a friend of ours that had now a very successful chain of pizza restaurants. He tried to name them. He asked us to help him name him. We wanted to have a mascot of a donkey and call it Pizza Ass.
It's a great name.
Have a pizza
I'm
ass
glad
tonight?
he didn't go with that.
Yeah, the one he went with is incredibly successful.
Yeah, and it's fancy and it
Yeah.
sounds
Whoops.
If you want it to work,
classy.
you have to make it so that, just like a strip club, you have to make it that women want to go. Because
Yeah,
a
that's
strip
key.
club that women go to, it's full because men want to be around other women. It makes you feel less creepy. And it's kind of sexier when there's women in there having fun too. So, like, I'm trying to think of like a Boober Eats, but a classier way, but it kind of lets you know what it is. Like, man, I don't know. We'll think about that and then we'll be millionaires.
Yep. And there's another strip club in Portland, Oregon. This one may soon be turned into a Chick-fil-A.
Really?
Are they going to be open on Sunday?
KPTV reports a Chick-fil-A location being proposed for a site currently occupied by the Venue Gentlemen's Club.
Oh, I see. All right. It's a retail play.
Yeah. The permit description says the current building would be demolished and a new building housing the restaurant would be put in its place.
Well, they can't have the Chick-fil-A place look like two giant boobs.
No.
Like that place in Orlando. You ever see that, Al?
No.
The booby trap.
No.
It's not there anymore. but it
I would
used to
assume
be.
I've been to a booby trap. I think strip club names are not trademarked because it seems like there's a booby trap in a lot of cities.
The booby trap in Orlando, there were two buildings.
And they looked
like boobs. And they were very accurate because one was slightly larger than the other.
Oh, well, there's a famous strip club in Denver, I guess, that's been there forever. It's famous in that it's grandfathered in, so it can stay open until 4 a.m. So I guess people that are drinking still go there. And it was the first time I noticed it. It's called Shotgun Willie's. And the shotgun is a limp shotgun on top of the word Shotgun Willie. And I've been driving past it every day. And I just looked up and I was like, oh, the shotgun's limp. It was the first time I ever noticed. If you Google image Shotgun Willie's logo.
You'll get Willie Nelson probably first.
Yeah. I would go to that one.
I went to one in Tampa, the Tampa area. They're famous for Mons Venus. That was like
of course, yeah.
But then I went to another one that was shaped like a spaceship. Did you ever go to that one?
No.
And you could go up in the spaceship.
Are there strippers
It was like
in
a
there?
flying saucer.
Oh, my God.
Well,
I don't
and
need all of this.
There's another one there. I think it's called Rachel's, and it's like
Yes.
a Michelin
Steakhouse.
5-star restaurant. It's incredible food. Really? The strip club? Yes.
Tom would never eat at a strip club. You remind me of my father so much. Like so much. It's like he's still like a Long Island medium right here. Like you are my dad would never go to a strip club. He famously is a lawyer. I told you he had to sign a contract because one of his clients was like, meet me there. It's the 80s. That's where you sign contracts. And my uncle, who was in his law firm, Jackson, said that a stripper came over and sat on my dad's lap. He was waiting for this guy. And my dad just turned to her and pointed his finger and he goes, no. No. He said it twice. He said, and just like killed the like everyone's like, all right. Like some guys are not with that.
No, yeah, I'm not into
I haven't been in years. But I bet it's way more fun now because there are so many women in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I stopped going, it was about 50-50 at certain times.
And plus, you were banned for a couple things that you had done there.
Well, I didn't realize that when they say sit on your hands, you can't request that she sit on your hands.
See?
Yeah, I thought any butt. I thought a butt was a butt.
Way back in the day, I was at a strip club in Manhattan. It was a really nice one.
Yeah.
And I was going to the restroom, and this guy came up to me, and he goes, so when do you hit the stage, Holly Hobby?
Yeah. That's great. That'd be a good name, too.
Because I looked Midwestern, obviously, I guess.
But that would kill in New York because they all kind of look the same because they come from all over, but they're all kind of the same woman. I would love to see like a Midwestern chick. I'd be like, all right, Holly Hobby's coming up.
Holly Hobby.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, so it's so long strippers, hello waffle fries.
Yeah.
The Chick-fil-A that will be in the site of a strip club in Oregon. Yeah, I don't think, by the way, this
Boober Eats
strippers delivering thing is going to work. As you say, there'd be problems with underage and.
We'll have to see.
I told you the weed place across the street from our studio is an old Boston Market, and they didn't change it at all. They just took the letters off. I swear to God.
Oh, you mean like the Dairy Queen up here that's now a karate place where they didn't bother fixing the sign up much?
Yeah, it's just you can, and they use the drive-through. You can just. I've never been inside. You can just. You just a drive-through where somebody just.
Oh, I miss their salads at Boston Market. They had
their salads at Boston Market.
I didn't know they
had a roasted chicken Caesar salad. That was
I'll
great.
take this. Josh, shut up.
Okay. Right now, it's time to get the show back on.
Tell you about Raycon everyday earbuds. They're the perfect way to tune out all the noise. Maybe one of your friends is talking about a great place like roasted chicken, and they love the salads there because they're salad.
Great chicken on the salad.
Click the old Raycons on, and they disappear. The audio quality of Raycon rivals all the big audio brands you know and love at a price you'll like even more. And Raycons have seamless Bluetooth syncing, 8 hours of playtime, 32 hours of battery life. And Raycons optimized gel tips fit every ear ever made, and they stay in your ears. Plus, Raycons has all the big features, earbud tap functions, noise isolation, and if you think about it, they make a pretty great Mother's Day gift. And Raycon also has, just in case, 30-day returns. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom now and get 20% off your Raycon order plus free shipping. That's 20% off and free shipping at buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Love my Raycon earbuds. As a fellow dad, I'll give you some advice, Al Jackson. You get those full Raycon headphones. Kids are in the back seat. They get their games on or whatever. They got their iPads, their iPhones, put those headphones on. Blessed silence. Thank you very much. Thank you, Raycon. Coming up, we're to talk with actor Clint Howard. Plus, we have some interesting stuff going on in the world, including a robot dog that is also a flamethrower, and you can buy one now, just in case you're looking for that early Christmas gift or the perfect Mother's Day gift. Hey, Mom, it's a robot flame-throwing dog. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Kostaki Economop.
At the end of my shows, sometimes people will, shout out a request or something like that, which is very flattering. And, you get to do some bit that you haven't done in a long time. And it's kind of fun sometimes to knock the dust off something that you haven't done and do it again,
Yeah, I think it's really cool.
I recently had somebody yell, hooked on phonics, which I hadn't done in a long time. And it's fun to go, oh, man, I haven't done this bit in, years. And That was the bit from the commercial. Do you remember the Hooked on Phonics girl?
Yeah.
The little girl with the braces. Hooked on Phonics work for me.
Yeah.
And I always wondered, what if she applied what she learned and she couldn't get the commercial right? You know, hooked on Phonics work it for me. Hooked on Phonics work it for me. Okay, cut. We're not going to move a lot of tapes like this.
No, we're not.
I'm telling you.
Brian Regan.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker. Guess what? I saved up some money and bought this new badass spy camera. I swear to God I did. Check this thing out. Man, they got so much stuff in here. This is badass. I swear to God it is. You wouldn't think a radio station have so many pictures. Ah, look. It's Bob and Tom. Man, something about that don't look right. Let's see if we can make it better. One down. Perfect. Hey, Christy.
Hey, what are you doing here, Donnie? You're not allowed back here.
No, it's Homeland Security. I'm supposed to come back here and check you for humps today.
You're not going to get your hands on me.
Okay, if you don't like this one, how about let me use this one? You know, the touch of a wolf is a healing touch.
No.
Better yet, how about fur on fur? Hey man, it's Donnie Baker. Guess what? I saved up some money and bought this new badass spy camera. I swear to God I did. Check this thing out. Yep, this is where it happens, a Bob and Tom studio. Oh, perfect. Don't even look like they're busy.
Everything's good today.
Hey guys, I got a question. Excuse me. Hey, what's happening?
What are you doing here?
Donnie Baker.
Well,
Donnie, we're working here.
Yeah, well, I'm working too, because the fact remains, I ain't going to just keep calling into you guys without a pay raise. I need a pay raise, and I want a better parking spot.
Employee, you moron.
Okay, well, I'm not taking less than what I'm asking for. I swear to God.
You're not getting anything.
Well, but I won't settle for that. I want to pay it.
We'll multiply that by 2.
I'll call FICA. Okay, if you're going to times it by...
Go right ahead. Will you just get out of here? You don't even work here.
Well, okay, how about some Bon Jovi tickets? Angel Skinner's loves John Bon Jovi's.
Sure, you've got Bon Jovi tickets, absolutely. We'll get one for Angel.
Parking pass?
She'll get to go with Jay Baker to see the show.
Ah, okay. Those are great seats.
Tell her to bring extra pants.
I gotta go.
Oh, man.
So bloated.
Yeah.
Then I drove everyone home.
Cool. Yeah. There's a gigantic warehouse of stuff I don't get.
I can't
And they
understand
serve non-alcoholic beer there.
You know what?
Boy,
Another thing I don't understand. Hooters has food to go. Who the hell's that for?
Good point.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Arlen Williams is here with us.
You ever talk in your sleep, though?
I don't know.
You want me to camp over tonight? Was that like a subtle invitation?
Is that what it was?
I don't know.
You need a place to stay? Is that what you're trying to hint at?
I'll lay on your new shag carpet.
Bob's got a nice place.
Here's what happened the other night. I wake up in the middle of the night. My girlfriend is crying her eyes out, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, baby, what is wrong? Baby. She's like, you were talking in your sleep last night. And I'm like, well, what did I say? She said, you said it's over, you big greasy freak. So I looked at her right in the eyes, very lovingly, and I said, baby, no. I wasn't asleep. Get the hell out of here, you big greasy freak.
Look at the door, hits you in the behind.
Oh, yeah.
And the sign said anybody caught trespassing will be shot on sight. So I jumped over the fence and yelled at the house, "Hey, what gives?"
You don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. And guess who's here today, Tom? Well, you can't guess because you know. Listen up.
Give it up for Al Sweet Face Jackson.
I missed that so much. Oh. I'm going to play that right before I walk in the bedroom with my girl.
I think those are the Fabulous Flames, I think.
We could bring Al to one of our remote broadcasts when we have Duke and the horns. And we could do that live.
Oh, yeah.
Sure you could.
Oh,
I'm with it.
The big horn section.
And you know what we should do? If we do that live, make a poster of Duke doing that live. Make sure we get the poster going. I don't know what it is about you. It's my fun way of telling you that you become obsessed and preoccupied with the making of a poster.
That sounds like something you'd say in therapy to your partner.
I'm trying.
Turn to Tom and tell him how you feel about his posters.
You know what, though?
You mean the 400 people who waited in line for us to sign them? Yeah, that was a mistake.
We've never had...
We could have just ditched them and left.
I did. I did, actually.
Last weekend behind there.
There's a poster of
there's
Willie.
one of Willie.
Yeah, it's cool. We've never had a not cool poster, though. They're
all good, yeah.
I know.
That looks great.
I wish they kind of did suck because then we could go, hey, knock it off.
I did one, a really spare, clean one for a certain vinyl album by Josh Arney.
Oh, what do you think of this, Al? Yeah, he's going to go, instead of Josh Arnold, we think Josh Arney is funnier.
And we got
Josh Arney.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that, Al? I'm still on the fence, I'll be quite honest.
I mean, it's a total rebrand.
And I feel like I'll have to change my act.
Absolutely.
Well, I've needed to do that for 10 years. But
You're going to have to become a prop comic or something.
Zach has written and he says, can we call Josh's fans the Harneys?
Oh.
Because I'm often Harney and talk about it. And then T-shirts that can say, I'm a Harney. Please tell my wife I'm Harney.
And you know, I tell you about that poster, but then I think to myself, in my garage, one of the few things I've kept is the Chick McGee Experience opening up for Eric Clapton and his band. I don't know if you even remember making this poster, but it looks legit AF. It's great looking.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's
really
the way
talented.
men give compliments is like, look, I got a level with you. You did really good. Because you hate being nice to your friends.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I have something that Chick is going to regret. He just said that when I present it to him as soon as it's done.
Oh, okay.
You're getting a poster.
All right.
It's something even better.
It'll be 6 years from now.
It's at the shop being
Framed?
Although
you gave me one of my most prized possessions, the Iron Giant poster that is hanging proudly on my my wall.
And that's legit.
That's legit.
You know what I've gotten from him?
Nothing? Upkiss?
Oh, really?
I don't have a poster.
How many cars do you own?
Oh, hang on a
So
second.
we did buy one.
Hang on a second.
But besides that,
perhaps.
You got one, too. What am I?
Yeah, well, I would have had to take it away. By God,
It's
I got
not my
another one.
fault.
I know. And we're gonna do it together when it happens.
Now,
the point is, you and Tom should have lunch. Ask him about having lunch, Christy. Go ahead.
I had lunch 8 years ago.
Oh, you're due. Is that the time where I announced one of our staff members felt bad about his divorce and he hadn't told anybody yet?
No, that was probably 10 or 12 years ago. This was 8 years ago. It was me and you and Kessler. We had a nice lunch at your kitchenette place.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
Yeah.
Al, currently, the best highlight of the show is up right now when Christy asking you, well, I could go to lunch, Tom. And you go, I can't possibly. I'm done.
So we were doing a gig recently, and we had to drive back, and I didn't have a ride. So Tom and Jeff Oskey and I rode in his truck. And he comes out, and he's loading up the car, and He looks in, and I'm sitting in the front seat, and he looks at Oscar. He goes, "Don't you want to sit up front?"
What is wrong with him?
Well, no, because he's 6'4" or whatever, and the back seat's kind of cramped.
He doesn't like women in the car with him.
He doesn't like women in the car.
He has a rule: no women on a road
Like a ship?
No, the only people ever in my car are my girls and my girl.
Right.
Boys have never ridden in my car except for me.
He did not want me there.
Are you worried about rumors, Tom?
No, I want the peace and quiet.
Yeah.
I'm driving for 4.5 hours. I've got things to do.
I did not say a word unless spoken to.
You don't even have to defend yourself. You're not like a chatty. And even if you are, you're super.
All right, Al, you're not in here every day.
Al, you do not know Christy.
Are you familiar with the phrase "it really wears on you"? You know what I mean?
I've been through 3 husbands. Come on.
Hey, that's their loss.
Al, we were talking about this is on your show, The Daily Blast Live. You can talk frankly about many serious topics, but there is stuff you probably can't get into that one could get into in, say, a podcast or a radio show, because the rules are a little bit looser. We were talking about a survey about sex sounds in the bedroom, and I'm not talking about background music, but the sounds that the people might make.
Right. Yeah.
And moans. Yeah.
Sighs.
Moans,
screams.
And they did point out that
I have feelings on those.
And this was a survey of thousands of people.
5,000, I believe. It was a pretty big
And they
survey.
also actually had audio from 2,000 people. I'm not sure where they got it, but the point is they were saying the high-level screaming is that the one might hear in a pornographic video of some sort.
Right.
It doesn't happen.
No, and when it does, it's off-putting. I've had a couple partners that I still remember, and it's strange.
It can be too much.
Yeah, it's way too much.
If it's genuine, I wouldn't be that upset.
Yeah,
and you can tell.
Yeah, it sounds like a sound effect that you would download from an app.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound like somebody that's genuinely experiencing pleasure. It sounds like performative, and then that takes you out of it because you're like, are they faking with me?
Right.
If they are,
it's like when they have a 555 number in a movie.
Yes.
Yeah,
it takes you out of it.
It does take you out.
Absolutely.
We have this, or like I'm watching that. Are you watching that Lincoln thing? What's it called?
Manhunt.
Manhunt.
I thought it was real weird when they used a 555 number in that.
Yeah. No, this is see where the guy comes in and it's Lincoln's just been shot. He goes, "Well, we have the intel on the intel." What are you going to call them in your iPhone? Come on.
Did they use that word?
Yeah.
Yes, they used it at the Civil War.
It could have been a word back then.
No, it wasn't. There's a bunch of other errors. Dear Bob and Tom. Errors. Obviously, the survey was incorrect for sounds in the bedroom.
Okay.
Because it did not include "Take Me Like a Dog" Elvis.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Famous on this show, of course.
I don't know where that went.
Yeah, everybody wants to
Can
hear
I ask
that.
you guys how you feel about talking? Like chatter?
That's what I was going to ask you.
We love it.
You do. I can't stand it.
None. You want none?
Very none almost.
Interesting.
This isn't a TED Talk, bro. Like let's handle some business and watch some Married at First Sight. I don't want this. I want you to take me and treat me like. I'm like, all right, dude. It's just the talking. I think auditorily throws me off. It doesn't like I can't perform. It's just like I wish you would not do that.
This is a little personal, but in your current relationship,
yes.
Did you have to say, "Hey, let's cut down on the chatter," or did it? Was it naturally working?
No one has ever said that to my girlfriend. She's not a chatty person.
Okay.
You guys, she's really, really quiet.
So it worked out in that aspect right away.
Yes, and especially like if I've had partners that wanted me to say stuff, and it's like dude, this isn't tell me what you want. I'm like, now I'm on the spot. Like, okay, we're on a plane. You're a traveler. You're late for work. Like, can we just? I don't know.
You have to come up with a story.
It's just like tell her what I want her. It was like, what if I wasn't thinking about anything right now? Like now it's too much. But Josh, I feel like I think you're a chatter.
Well, I like instruction.
Okay.
I love to hear her go. Like any kind of direction, I think is just so hot because it tells me she knows what she likes. She's not afraid to ask for it.
Could you please call an Uber and leave?
Even that is kind of hot.
Direct.
Al, I'm the one. I like it like a little league game, man. Come on, hey, come on, baby. Here we go. Let's go. Oh yeah.
How would you guys feel about somebody not taunting you, but just being like, "Come on, is that all you got? Come on, like."
I don't like it.
That's too confrontational. Yeah. I don't care for busting balls. No, I don't.
Is that all you've got?
I mean, some people would say that. I think, like, come on, I thought,
I don't mind saying those kind of things. I'll do like,
yeah.
Josh is
I like saying
blush.
things like, no, that's enough. You don't want any more of that. And then to get her to go, no, please do. Like, no. I think.
Oh, that's great.
That's never not gone well for me.
I like to think that some people listening to our show use this in the bedroom now.
Take me like a dog, Elvis.
Don't you think, Tom?
I hope so.
That's sexy, isn't it?
Especially couples who both like this show, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them saying it would just be right. Do you like laughing and having fun during it, or is it during it?
No. We're down to business, pal.
No, this is serious.
What? You serious up?
No laughing in the bedroom.
You want to laugh? Go to the circus.
Yeah, go to a comedy club.
I'm with Pat on that one.
Go see Al.
I'm with Pat on that one.
You don't like to have fun?
It's like
there's a place for fun.
Yeah.
What?
You know how like they say if you're under extreme stress, like your body shuts down and you can't eat, you're not hungry.
Yeah.
That's how I am with sex. Like if it's sex, everything is concentrated in one area. If I start thinking about laughter or something funny, like I'm out.
I think it's important.
You laugh?
In a way. Like, let's say you have one of those awkward moments where you move and you kind of, let's say you're on her hair. And she's like, you're on my hair. To me, you have to kind of laugh and make a joke about it.
Like you'd say, like, did I wake you up?
It is a bummer when she wakes up.
Yeah.
I've done I can't because my hearing's shot anyway, but they'll, in your whispering, and they'll say something, I go, I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Yeah, that's always a bummer.
What did you say?
You have to repeat
taking a message over the phone.
Yeah. That's what it's like.
The pizza's here. Stuff like that.
I know, Tom. I know.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if you're aware of Josh's bed, but when he has a woman, he usually has a pizza and a box of ho-hos and all
Air
sorts
fryer.
of.
That's not true. I said
air
eclairs.
Do you eat in bed, Josh?
No, but I'm overweight, and so and yes, I do. It's just food and whores. That's the only thing in my bed.
Okay,
this is what he wants to.
Sounds like you're living your best life. You reading O magazine? Good for you. That's not an insult. That's my it's on my vision board.
Al, this is from the actual survey. From a university, and this is the line: the high-pitched and extravagantly ecstatic screams associated with pornographic films were conspicuous by their absence. This is an audio of real couples. That it says that is obviously a vocalization that is being paid for.
Of course.
So yeah. So they.
What part of porn?
But there are going to be young men who are going to be disappointed in bed for the first time when their girl isn't screaming and
That's no kidding. That's the bigger issue.
Yeah, they're going to think they're not doing it right.
They can't live up to what they see in the exaggerated.
Yeah, that's a whole.
Has that become a part of the birds and bees talk? Do you think?
Yes.
Are dads going? Hey, look.
I sure hope so.
Yes.
It's not really.
I don't have. I have daughters. I don't have sons. But if you have sons, please.
Pat, you're about to the point where you're going to have that combo if you haven't already.
I've had that convo.
Because your son is how old?
He's 13.
Yeah.
Yep.
So hey, it's not like it is.
Yeah.
You're not going to hear stuff like
that's not going to have the elf ears.
That's never going to fit.
Right.
Ever noticed in a porno, no one ever says no?
Yeah, again, that's a problematic thing.
But who would watch that? If
it's out there and it's awful.
Yeah, you guys know I was pre-med before I got into comedy, so half my friends are full-blown doctors because they didn't give up. And my homeboy says, and he told me this years ago, it is absolutely a problem. He has 18-year-olds because he works. I could say penile, right?
Urologist?
He's a surgeon, but he's a surgeon. He's he cuts that every day. Anyway,
oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like the real deal. And he said he has 18-year-olds that have come, like their parents, they already have severe ED issues because they've grown up watching 4 people at a time and all these kinds of things, and they have no context for just one-on-one.
Wow.
Like 18 years, it's a real
intimacy.
issue.
They don't know intimacy.
Yeah, they're like, where are the other 6 people? Yeah.
Right.
Wow, that's true. Well, now we're hanging out with comedian Al Jackson. What's coming up in the news, Christy?
Well, we still have to get to our flame-throwing dog.
Ooh.
That's a robot. Not that
So
there's a
awesome.
dog.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
And terrifying.
And we do have a penis in the news. A
Here we
really
go.
long one.
Hot dog.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the guy is on an English talk show talking
Yes.
about it.
Yeah, how?
I don't know if that'll be on your show.
Is John Thomas?
I mean, it may be. Does he have a record?
He's got a book.
He's got a book.
All right.
It's called A Long Story.
That's the name of the book? The Long Story?
Yes, life with one of the world's largest penises.
Is it also
the name of
thick,
the
do you
book.
think?
Or is it like a chopstick?
Yeah, no, he means the book.
And is it a long read?
Yeah, or is it a pamphlet?
Yeah, how thick is it? Yeah, right.
I would think after about 20 pages, you're kind of out of ammo, don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, what more is there to say?
True.
Did I tell you guys about gym class? Yeah.
All right, you mentioned that. How hard it is to ride a bike.
Yeah.
We got it.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
Caught it in the spokes. Okay. Oh, there we go. Right now, this portion of the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is about helping you, and the way that it's done is, I kind of like to call it elegant. It's just a smart move, and that is making therapy accessible by using the internet, saving you a lot of time, and again, making it convenient and flexible. BetterHelp, the way it works is you go online with that phone of yours or that computer, and you will fill out a sort of a questionnaire that'll help you get hooked up with a licensed therapist, one of 35,000 plus therapists working this program. And if the therapist doesn't fit you, you can switch, no charge. And the way it works is the therapy, as I mentioned, is done online. So you don't have to drive across town, sit in an office. No, you can just do it wherever you are, where it's your private moments where you want to be. And it's a lot more flexible and convenient. So find your social sweet spot, perhaps. Get yourself recharged. Whatever it is, get your mental health in order. Visit BetterHelp.com/BT Show. The /BT Show part once again next. 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/BT Show. This portion of the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by BetterHelp. Coming up, as we mentioned, we have also animals in the news, including a weird alligator story, as always. And also, I think I want to revisit what celebrities would you like to run for president? This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Text us at 8.
I was part of the team that launched the first low salt, low sugar peanut butter into the category. It was called Simply Jif. It was targeted towards diabetics. I wanted to call it type 2 peanut goo, but yeah, of course you don't feel good, Greg. You ate an entire rotisserie chicken at 11:30 at night. You shoved the whole thing in your fat face in 6 minutes, Greg. I think you ate the rubber band that holds the legs together. I mean, come on. My birth certificate? That document is 54 years old. I also don't have the Declaration of Independence. Because I don't know if you've ever seen an organic peanut butter kid go off the deep end. It is not pretty. Okay, these kids, they spend 18 years eating it, then they go off to college. They have one bite of a Jif sandwich. 6 weeks later, they're passed out on a park bench with Nutter Butters all over their face.
When we decided to do this, I said, Tom, we should do a Tim Wilson song. And this is really hard. I practiced and man, I sucked. You just can't do a Tim Wilson song. So I took liberties with some of Timmy's songs and whipped a song together in honor of Tim. Help me get through this, folks. Can you hear that? Yeah. That's too bad. He really loved his trailer park woman. Didn't care much for Dr. Phil. I'm sure he started the church league fist fight. and his ass got tired of Shaquille O'Neal. A big white hat with a black 6-string guitar. Now the heavens have their newest star. Where's my jetpack, he would say. Now he's sporting wings. And he taught Jesus Christ the booty song. We all thought he'd go to Chuck E. Cheese hell. With George Bush, George Strait, George Patton, and George Orwell. A hillbilly homeboy, I could be wrong, but I know he's tired of me singing this f***ing song. A big white hat with a black 6-string guitar. Now the heavens have their newest star. Where's my jetpack, he would sing. Now he's sporting wings. And he asked Jesus Christ to join his band. They're singing Georgia, goodbye Georgia, Georgia, goodbye, Georgia, goodbye Georgia, Georgia, goodbye.
Hi, this is Christy Lee from The Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com. Check out the list for a station near you or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
Just refer to it as the...
That's like an azalea.
In slang, can we use the word taint instead of the
taint,
back door?
My husband calls it the beach.
The beach.
Really?
You know, you can almost hear...
Hey, let's have a little picnic at the beach.
Why does he call it the beach?
I don't know why.
That little area down there is the
You mean
beach?
he goes, oops, I hit the beach. Is that what he says?
No, when we've
Does
talked
he,
about this subject before.
Does
and
he like it?
said,
Does he like it when you're on the beach? Does he like you to?
He likes it on the beach.
He lives in a different century than me.
You play with his beach?
No, I'm just saying that's what he calls that area.
And what? How does that come up in conversation? As general, pass the salt. By the way, my beach itches.
All right, man, let's hit the beach.
That's the voice of Chris Porter. I knew he'd weigh in with something important. Chris Porter, comedian. Now, do you get back to Kansas City often? Or are you?
I get back to Kansas City. I was back last April for a wedding. Okay. And for a bunch of weird experiences, I become friends with Justin Verlander. He's a pitcher for the Houston Astros.
Yeah.
At the time, he was pitching for the Tigers. They were in town playing the Royals, but they had a night off, so he and I went out and had a couple of drinks. And he said, no, watch this. He calls the waiter over. He goes, who's that chick? And he goes, well, I don't know who the chick is, but everyone at that table's Mumford & Sons. He sends them a bottle. They come over. Turns out it's not Mumford & Sons. It's just Ann Sons.
Oh.
Mumford wasn't there. I don't know where he was. I assume he was back at the hotel writing a song that at some point goes,
Hi, this is Andy Kindler, and this is a different register in my voice. And you're listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
Details coming up.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Special guest today, Al Jackson, is in the house.
Comedian Al Jackson is here. We've learned that Al was a pre-med in college.
Yes.
Until, did organic chemistry take you out?
No, I graduated with a degree of biology, but then I just didn't. I just didn't do anything with it. I taught. Well, I taught. You know, it's weird. I always say I wasted my degree, but I got my biology degree, taught middle school science, started doing stand-up about teaching middle school science, and here I am.
Yeah.
So I kind of used my degree.
Al, what is cytoplasm?
Cytoplasm is the gel that's inside of the cell, which allows the communication to go from cell to cell.
That is correct.
Mitochondria. Go ahead.
Mitochondria, not micro.
No, microchondria.
No, shut up,
Josh. You know, I could just see Pat being a substitute teacher and being like, what is microchondria? And then just shuts his briefcase and walks out and gets in his car and just no check or anything. He's just like, I said microchondria.
Realize I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Walk.
Yeah, I do. I like the confidence. You're like, no, it's micro. I like that.
The Irish goodbye.
Yes.
Oh, I love the Irish
So
goodbye.
do I.
Me too.
My favorite
Super
thing.
underrated.
I've done an Irish goodbye at a funeral.
That's not a bad place to do one.
Yeah, that's actually
Zip.
Because the people are pretty distracted.
Yeah,
I
they
think
don't
you
care if you're leaving.
always do an Irish goodbye, chick.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Almost
I think there's a politeness to it. Am I just trying to justify?
No.
I think it's a polite. I think that nobody really cares. I don't think they.
People care
If you don't say goodbye?
I used to do them all the time, and people don't. But I would literally be hammered and not realize that that I had left.
You can't talk.
And
You may
that's
have
different.
kicked something over as you Irish goodbye.
I kicked the planter over. That means I love you. Yeah.
We were
It's a
talking
little
about
different.
noises made during intimate activities.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dear Bob and Tom, do hearing impaired people sign each other during sexual encounters?
Maybe.
What kind of listeners do we have?
That's a good question.
I mean, in other words, do you do the dirty talk?
Maybe.
I'm going to give this listener the benefit of the doubt that they're not just being a total smartass here, that they're actually
Because I
inquiring.
know some signs for the bedroom.
You do?
There's the one where you make the donut and then you take the hot dog.
Oh, the old finger in the
Yeah, that'd be one of them probably.
And in that fabulous movie, soon to be named Academy Award nominee for Best Picture, Sasquatch Sunset, this, where you pound your fists together, that means sex. Let's have sex. That's what
Do they show?
according to Sas. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that movie is a total gimmick.
Don't stop.
Is there anything to it? Honestly.
Beg your pardon. No.
Did you walk out?
No, I did not walk out.
What did your friend think of it?
She liked it more than she thought she would.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
What is it?
It's this family. It's a mom, a dad, a baby, and a grandpa Sasquatch.
I didn't know there was a grandpa. I might have to see it.
Sunset.
And
It's a feature film. This is a legitimate movie.
they grow up in, I think it's in California.
Is it presented as a nature film?
Yeah, actually, it not as much as a Disney film. That's what I thought, because they could make it a little bit more serious. But they ended Willow Creek, actually, where Bobcat did his movie.
Oh, sure. Okay,
But,
Is this live action or like CGI?
No, it's live action. It's people in suits.
Oh.
Jesse Eisenberg and
Actually, there's an
Riley
angle
Keough?
a couple times during the movie. You can tell it's Jesse Eisenberg in makeup, which is
Really?
kind of
Is he doing serious interviews talking about the role? And
I don't know about that. I
that has
can't
to be
see
that has to be kind of funny.
Ed Asner's
Getting
last
serious
film.
about that.
Ed
Asner?
Asner's in this?
Asner's last film?
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Oh, good.
He didn't need a bodysuit. He has all that hair in his body.
He was great.
Very good. By the way, we were also talking about, since we're changing the subject constantly, we were talking about Fireball and the beverage, if you will.
It's a whiskey, yes, cinnamon whiskey.
This comes to us from Ron in LeClaire, Iowa, kind enough to write. He goes, this guy was discussing the fact that he could no longer pick up I'm reading it verbatim, young chicks with his Bayliner boat.
Right.
All right. His wife then reminded them he didn't need a hot young woman in the boat. He needed a woman that knew how to drive the boat to a hospital.
Sexy time. I will say the best thing about Fireball, and this is just from a person that's been to thousands of bars, there's certain liquors that are there that are on tap that tells you what kind of bar it is. And like if I go to a bar and there's like Labatt's on tap or Busch Light on tap, like I know what time it is. That means look around on the wall. There is a special. It's like $2.75 Bud Lights at Thursday 3 to 6. Like those are the cheaper. Like those are the bars where like you can really get it in.
I like those bars.
I don't like fancy bars.
Yeah.
I like those. I like regular. I have always. anytime I go to a bar and the bartender's got suspenders on, I'm like, what are we doing here?
Oh, yes.
You know the drink's going to be $6 more than it should be. Bro, one of the last bars I ever went to, it was one of those mixology places. I know it's like an art form or a show.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and so like no shade, and if you want to see a show, that's awesome.
Right.
But it's like almost like hibachi. Like some of us are like, I'm dealing with an addiction here. I need to get my drink going, bro. Like this guy he carved some orange peel, put the full orange down, took the peel and lit it on fire. I swear to God, to like get a smoke going. I'm like, bro, I don't know. Have you seen? Let's get it in the glass.
Cut the orange, put it in some vodka, let's go.
And what's that? What are the when you take the peel in little strips? What's that called?
Zesting.
Zesting.
Oh,
okay.
Is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
You do
have a
it for,
zester? I have a zester at home.
Old fashioned.
Zester?
Right?
Yeah,
you can.
The zester that zests your orange or your lemon or
they
whatever.
make different size zesters.
Oh, probably. I've never used it, but I just know that word showed up in a crossword puzzle. I'd forgotten what it was.
Yes.
What do you use a zester for? Like, what would you do with those shavings after that?
I use it in this lemon pasta that I make, a lemon rosemary pasta.
Desserts will also have zest.
Dessert. I make a lemon blueberry loaf. I use it
if I'm turning a charcuterie board into a giant naked woman with yellow pubic hair.
Oh, that's a nice
food courts have zest.
Dad's making charcuterie again tonight.
We don't pronounce it it's charcuterie.
Pat,
we call it a coochie.
Food courts have zesters?
Yeah, you never heard of a court zester?
Wow, you better play a song. You better play a song or today's no paycheck.
I wouldn't have done that.
Ace didn't like it, Pat.
Well, we should show. A little quick introduction. As you know, Al, even Tiger Woods at the peak of his career had a swing coach. Because no matter how good you are at something, you got to occasionally have things tweaked, get a little bit of schooling, and that's where this comes in. You are a longtime professional comedian. However, you need some work, and here it is.
Okay.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby. Here he is with his joke of the day.
I found this really unique store yesterday. All they sell are loud fireworks and cherries.
Huh.
Bada boom, bada bing.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Bada boom, bada bing.
That's a Bing cherry, you see.
No, yeah.
Very nice. I really like it.
I didn't hate it. Thank you.
It wasn't bad.
I somehow found a way to hate it.
Coming up, we have a little surprise, and we're going to talk with actor Clint Howard and hang with comedian Al Jackson. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to
Hey, did you enjoy those videos played in that break? Check out the Bob and Tom YouTube playlist for more great stuff.
There is that fear for me of doing the person and them not liking it. You know, it's a very real possibility. Like, for example, recently I started doing the voice of a British action star, Jason Statham.
Oh, sure.
Love that guy.
My man crush. I love that guy.
Terrific, right?
Bank job.
So my fear is, though, because I didn't know whether to do him in the stand-up special that I mentioned is coming on in Showtime in the summer. So I struggle with doing it because I am afraid to do his voice and then get a call from him in the middle of the night. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Why don't I tell you, mate? I'm the bloke who's going to rip you into little pieces. Then I'm going to swallow those pieces before you die. And even though that doesn't make sense, I don't want that call.
No, I don't blame you.
So fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that guy, too.
Oh, he's great.
That's Kevin Pollak.
I'm Donnie Baker, and I'm going to be a pro baseball player. I swear to God I am. A lot of people think you get in your mid-30s and your career's over, but like I always say, until they stop scouting, I ain't going to stop playing. The fact remains, I'm probably the best player I know of. My Little League coach held me back because his son had a decent curveball. There's a certain range I've got, but I basically put my hopes in this. I had a full-ride scholarship to play ball at the University of Phoenix, but I had Tommy John surgery on both knees, so Can we stop now? I'm also a pitcher. I can pitch. I've got what they call a rubber arm. I can throw right-handed for days. I can throw left-handed for days. A lot of people, you know, I'm basically amphibious. So I've told coaches before, put me on the mound. The secret to pitching for me is I like to check the runner when there's nobody on base. Throws a hitter off. I swear to God it does. This is third base. I've been there before, but usually it was after proms, man. But I probably know more about the scoring position than anybody I know of. Basically, my knowledge of the game, I've been taught in different ways, but I've also invented things. I like to get my lead at third base backwards. That way the pitcher thinks there's nobody even here. It's a lot easier to steal home, and with my martial arts expertise, I've been trained at Discount Karate to scissor kick the catcher, and I could even break his karate artery if I had to. So there's no chance of a Pete Rose situation at home. I'll win it every time, especially if I got my Wolf shirt on.
This woman is listening to the Bob and Tom Morning Show on Q95.
That's disgusting. Why, nothing could be worse than that. Well, I stand corrected.
The Bob and Tom Morning Show on Q95. Get up and get it on.
When O.J. Simpson faced double homicide charges in an L.A. courtroom. We salute you, Orenthal James Simpson, NFL Hall of Famer, accused murderer, and free American citizen.
This has been Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia. Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional.
We don't know anything about you, Christian. Are you a married guy, single guy?
I am married. I got married this past August. I am one of those lucky men. I'm one of those at first sight situations. I met my wife. I looked at her and I said, "Oh my God, this is the woman I want to spend the next 4 to 7 years with."
Wow. Wow, that's huge.
That is
Your expectations.
That is an exciting time, isn't it, Christian?
Isn't it sweet?
Yes, it is.
That is lovely. How's it going?
You know, it's not bad. She travels with me a lot, you know, not as often as I like. I love traveling with my wife because every time we go away together, we play this really fun game. It's called, How Is This My Fault?
Vegetarians always want to force feed you their food, of course. I mean, the garden burger. The garden burger, it tastes just like a hamburger.
No, it doesn't.
A garden burger is to hamburger what a post-op transvestite is to a woman. It looks something like it, but one whiff will tell you that's not tuna fish, it's cat food, and it's not fit for human consumption.
Hey, wait a minute.
Jeff Rothband is our guest. Jeff is a fine comedian.
I I actually had to do that once.
What?
Be a pallbearer. And that,
Oh, my
that's
God.
heavy.
Yes,
that's a
it's
heavy job.
Yeah, I actually had to go to a funeral, and I was asked to be a pallbearer, and I always a pallbearer. Never the corpse.
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney.
And when?
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
Josh Arnold is here.
Hi, Chick.
He's over there at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby.
Chicky.
I'm Chick McGee, and now here's Tom with our special guest.
He is comedian Al Jackson from the Daily Blast Live. Also, I believe we're going to be hooking up our satellite and going to the big screen. There we go. There we go.
Hello again, boys. It's everyone's favorite doll come to life, Old Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hey, Barbie, you're looking good.
I know you told me to lose your number after last time, Tommy, but we're on Zoom, and that's not how it works, baby. Yeah, I'm telling you, I was watching the YouTube today. You guys are a bunch of handsome hunks.
Thank you, Barbie.
Tommy, I want to Wesson oil the top of your bald head and have it run slowly over my naked bare body.
How about that?
Yeah, I'll grab a hold of those sexy sideburns and lead you to the promised land, so to speak.
Wow.
Not so fast there, Miss Christy Lee. I know you just got married. You and Andy are so cute. I love when you get dressed up together. You look like a couple of little wedding cake toppers together. I'm telling you, if Andy and you are ever looking for a three-way, Bobby is down.
Oh.
Mr. Ace Cosby, I like a man who can fart holes in his undies. That's right. I know exactly how you feel. That's why I've been going commanding since the late 80s.
Yep.
Is that hunky song slayer Pat Godwin in there today? Yeah. Oh, I love that you stopped dyeing your hair. When you dyed your hair, you look like an old out-of-work Eddie Munster. Now you're a silver fox. I want to throw you down on a plate and sop you up with a biscuit. You're so yummy. Josh Arnold, I know all this food talk probably got you excited. Don't worry, I didn't forget about you. I hear you love sloppy joes. How about some sloppy seconds, huh? I'm just playing. I know you've been eating healthy lately. Maybe I just come over around dinner time and toss you salad for you. How about that? Mr. Al Jackson's in there. Bobby is a huge fan. I've watched all your stand-up. I want to see if it looks like the top of a Snickers bar like you talk about in your act.
Oh, Barbie, you know, me and you in a hotel and no one tells anybody.
I love it. Speaking of being in a hotel, we got Mr. Grapes and Miller Lite, Chick McGee in there.
There we go.
You're never going to live that down, sweetie. I'm glad you like grapes. Hopefully that makes Bob's hemorrhoids a little easier on the eyes when you're back there handling your business.
That's right.
Oh, boy.
I'll tell you, if one or more of you are interested, Bobby is not against group participation. I once took 3/4 of the Los Angeles Lakers starting five at a party back in the late 70s. Don't worry, it was pre-Magic. All right, great. Now you got me all worked up. I better go before I slide out of my seat and break another hip. I'm Old Barbie, or Barbara, if you're nasty. Call me, boys.
Oh, thank you, Barbie.
Hey, Barbie. Good to see you.
See, I'm doing the math problem.
it's great.
Three quarters of the starting five. I'm not sure. Maybe you just got the part of one of them. Okay, very, very confusing. Thank you, Barbie. That was really lovely.
Isn't that nice?
Now, let's return to the news desk. We really haven't gotten much news out of Christy. What have we missed so far?
Well, a man in England who possesses a foot-long male member says he was kicked out of a yoga class because people thought he was aroused. Mr. Matt Barr complained on a British TV show called This Morning that the recent incident, among a litany of problems he endures due to his lengthy appendage. The 40-year-old said, quote, I was wearing a very baggy shirt and shorts, but because of the yoga positions, people just got the wrong idea. Though embarrassing, Mr. Barr said it was not the worst experience he's had.
All right.
He revealed he once went on what he thought was a normal date with a woman who ultimately wanted him to appear on her OnlyFans. I guess she really wanted everyone to see his appendage.
Okay.
Mr. Barr said he's tackling some of the misconceptions about his member in a new upcoming autobiography entitled a long story. Life with one of the world's largest penises.
Okay.
What was the name of the HBO show that was based on this?
Hung.
Yeah. I was about to say John from Cincinnati, and I was like, I don't think that's right.
Christy, have you seen this? What this gentleman
I have
looks like?
seen what he looks like. I've read the story in depth, and I know that,
Is he a handsome bloke?
Not really.
Oh.
And he's got a little girthy around the waist. Maybe that's why he was in yoga.
Wait, the clip I saw, he just looked disinterested.
Well, he...
no personality.
He does not want to have it reduced. I
Okay.
guess that's a very expensive procedure and usually only done for medical reasons.
That can be done?
Yeah, apparently it can be.
I thought
but
you had a
it's-
similar procedure.
Well, the organization, it's somewhat similar to Locks of Love.
You donate to the needy.
Yeah, you know, there's someone out there that wanted
You get to meet their family. Their wife has handwritten you a thank you card.
Now, in the photograph I saw, this guy, he's just essentially holding up a ruler.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's no actual
there's
exposure of the...
Maybe he teaches math.
There's another photograph, but
they
pixelated it out,
Okay.
and it goes almost to his knees.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Is that sexy at all, Christy, or
No.
it just looks disfiguring?
No, it's too big.
Yeah.
You don't want it to look like a fungo bat.
No.
No, you don't.
I'm interested to know if you have enough blood to make it.
Actually, completely rigid?
Right.
Yeah.
Can you go from pendulum to Leaning Tower of Pisa?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Especially if you're not in fantastic shape. I would think you would have to be like in cross-country runner kind of shape to have that much blood flow.
Yeah.
If you take any kind of sexiness out of it, it's just a lot of blood not near your heart.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know?
You look at this guy, and there's nothing really sexy about him.
The picture I've got
Sorry,
in this
guy.
picture, his penis has its own yoga mat.
Oh, wow.
That is a bold statement.
That is a big
I've got one for him and one for me. I call this the downward donkey. Okay. What else you got,
You
Christy?
can now purchase a flame-throwing robot dog for under $10,000.
At last.
It's called the Terminator, a quadruped robot with an arc flamethrower mounted to its back, fueled by gasoline or napalm.
Napalm.
Oh, yeah. In the video I watched, you see a guy, he's filling up a lawnmower, filling up this robot dog.
What is this for?
It features a 1-hour battery, Josh, a 30-foot flame-throwing range, and Wi-Fi, as well as Bluetooth, so that you can remote control through your smartphone.
Or anybody that lives close can accidentally hook onto the dog.
My gosh.
The company lists a variety of uses for the Terminator, including snow and ice removal.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I see.
The robotic flamethrower also includes a LiDAR, L-I-D-A-R sensor
LiDAR.
for mapping and obstacle avoidance, laser sighting, and first-person view navigation through an onboard camera.
Here's the video up here, Tom, if you'd like to take a look. There's the dog.
Oh, my goodness.
That is terrifying.
I'm sold. I'm getting one.
Yeah, it's really scary.
How much was it?
$9,420.
Yeah, I'm
Chick.
ordering that today.
My son would love that.
That looks kind of like a big cricket.
Yeah.
A little bit,
Like
but
a-
I just think about the practical, like what would really happen if this was available to the public. Is I just see a husband and his wife is like, "Here's the money, go get us a used car. I'd prefer a Civic, early 2000s."
Something reliable.
Yeah.
And he just comes back with this robot dog, and she goes, "Where's the car?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot." And then you just have this dog, and I don't know, how do you not play with this? I think it'd be better if there wasn't flames in it. If it was water, that'd be fun. You could spray your neighbors, but this is like you could be on trial in like less than 6 months.
This is terrifying.
I can't believe the DOD hasn't just jumped on this and went, this is ours. You got this isn't for public.
Well, what do you think they got?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
they got
exactly.
the thing that thing's scared of.
They let us have that.
And it's about time.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't need a flame-throwing robot dog?
Wow.
That would
That'll
be...
put an end to a disagreement with a neighbor.
Yeah.
Fast and in a hurry.
How about a porch pirate?
Yeah, yeah.
You think that package is yours?
Yeah.
Sick 'em, Fido.
As somebody that lives in Colorado, I had to look up porch pirate rules because I was having a porch pirate that was hitting me all the time. For a little while, I think during the pandemic, I was getting milk delivered like it was the 40s. I don't know why. It just kind of made me feel good and connect with people. Like, oh, somebody left me milk in this little box. And this homeless woman was stealing all the time.
Oh.
And, I didn't want to do anything physical, but like, your boy owned some bear spray. I wanted to see if that worked.
Yeah.
And before I did, I checked. They have in Colorado, don't forget it's the West, they have the Make My Day law. And it's literally named after the movie or the line from the movie. And you can't do anything to anybody if they're not coming in your home. So if they stole a TV off the front porch, if their back is turned to you, you can't do anything.
Okay.
Yeah, so like it's really, you'd probably get in more trouble for doing something to a porch pirate than they.
You can't even hit him with like an egg?
No, trust me, I was like, what if I just shoved her with two hands off the front? If she's running, like, you get a shove for stealing something off somebody, and they can sue you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you could, instead of a robot dog, make it a robot cat. And then you could absolve yourself of any responsibility.
Or just like...
It's a cat. I can't... Have you tried training a cat? I don't know what he did.
Yeah, and instead of like flamethrower, just put cat pee. Cat pee ruins everything. If you hit somebody with that,
That's true.
non-lethal.
Oh, that'd be funny.
There is it looks like a robot dog that looks very similar to the flamethrower that doesn't shoot flames that you can get on Amazon.
Yeah,
It's
I've seen
only
those like do flips.
$2,400.
Oh, it's available on Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Didn't Elon Musk have one a couple Christmases ago?
He had a flamethrower.
He just had the flamethrower.
The flamethrower? Okay.
Mhm. Sold out within seconds.
You can make your own flamethrower at home with some, like a vacuum and a propane tank.
You got the specs out in the car, don't you?
Yeah.
Hairspray and a lighter.
Sure.
I think Josh is a prepper.
Now, this one, it said it runs on gasoline or napalm.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you go buy napalm?
That was going to be my question.
I can't imagine you could get
napalm is essentially jellied gasoline, right?
Yeah, napalm is some nasty stuff. There's no way. I think it's a war crime to use it now. It's like that bad.
I would think.
Napalm is nasty, bro. Yeah.
So you can't go to some store.
No, I was...
like a dozen eggs, a magazine, you got the new people, and some napalm.
Before kind of September 11th and when anthrax was being sent around, obviously I was in college at that grad school, and so I was dealing with a bunch of science professors and people overseeing me. And one of the guys I was working with was like, you could have, before those attacks, you could have just bought anthrax anytime you wanted. Like, it was just like something you would just order from a science factory.
Huh.
And until now the whole world knows what it is, but it just was like it's like you could buy Botox in 2001, and now it's like people realize you can get rid of wrinkles, but these are just things in science that just existed until people used them against
Welcome to the
each other.
Poison Show. What would you like?
Yes.
Right now, I want to tell you that we're going to be talking to actor Clint Howard in just a few minutes. But first, Chick McGee.
That's right. I'm going to tell you about Simply Safe, the design-it-yourself, do-it-yourself home security system. I was on this like 6 years ago. I said, Tom, they've got this install-it-yourself home security system that has all the bells and the whistles, but a fraction of the cost. And it still holds true today. Simply Safe has sensors to detect break-ins, fires, floods, and more, and indoor and outdoor high-definition cameras to keep watch over your property 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Great way to check in on your pets. You've got that app for your smartphone. You look at your house right there on your phone. Simply Safe professional monitoring agents also can help stop crime in real time. Listen to this. They talk to intruders through wireless indoor camera and tell them that the police are on their way and they're being recorded. And, Simply Safe, no contract and a 60-day money-back guarantee. You try Simply Safe risk-free. If you don't love it, you can send the system back for a full refund. Simply Safe has given us and many Bob and Tom show listeners peace of mind, and we want you to have it too, and at a great price. Get 20% off any new Simply Safe system when you sign up for Fast Protect monitoring. Just visit simplysafetom.com today. That's simplysafetom.com today. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Check it out. And don't forget they've got that flood protection in case you've got a sump pump that's not sumping or pumping. It'll call you up and go, hey, better get home. You're going to have a flood. We're coming right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure, the cast and crew busy with a radio show this morning, keeping all of the folks across the United States of America and countries around the world laughing and smiling. Later this afternoon, it's a Random Act of Flowers 4th annual Florathon, and the Bob and Tom Show will be helping out recycling flowers and then delivering hope and encouragement. We'll be assisting in the effort later this afternoon. You can donate to Random Act of Flowers and help us out with both flowers and vases for everyone that needs them, visiting bobandtom.com/flowers to donate. bobandtom.com/flowers to donate. And thanks to all of our fans out there. bobandtom.com/flowers to help out. A random act of flowers 4th annual Florathon today. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on a Thursday. It looks like the third time will be the charm as the 2024 New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival prepares for the Rolling Stones. The festival spans 2 weekends and is set to open today with dozens of acts on 14 stages. The Stones play next Thursday. Tickets for that day of music long been sold out. Festival organizers thought they landed the band for the 50th Jazz Fest back in 2019, but that appearance canceled because lead singer Mick Jagger had heart surgery. They tried again in 21, but a surge in COVID-19 cases ultimately forced the fest to cancel, having the Stones. And again, the Stones playing the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival a week from today. The number of you...
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, hi. With us in the studio, comedian Sal D'Amelio and Scott Dunn hanging out with us. Scott, anything else in your life of interest these days?
Well, I just bought that van. So we're
that's right.
Savoring that. We're enjoying that.
Van? Now, van or minivan?
Minivan. In this day and age, everyone just assumes minivan when you have children.
I would think.
How many people have the conversion van? Is that what they're called still?
Oh, I would love a conversion van, but yeah.
Is that where you can convert it into a bedroom?
Yeah. Boudoir.
Sweet.
No.
Really?
Yeah. Knock one out on the way going down the road. Let's pull into that rest stop, honey.
Well, you're going to have to leave the kids at the previous rest stop because...
Well, none of them are going to be there. Buying a car is a grind. I haven't bought a car from a dealership. It is like a 2-hour, 3-hour grind.
That's tough, yeah.
And so you don't want to be stuck with some idiot.
No.
You want a professional. You want somebody. So I've done a little list of how you can tell whether your car salesman's professional or unprofessional.
Oh, really?
Okay, good.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
A big bonus to these minivans is the DVD player in the back.
Oh, sure.
So if your salesman wants to show you how to operate it, that's professional. Mm-hmm. If he makes you go an extra hour on the test drive so he can watch the nude scene from American Pie, unprofessional.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Same token, you're buying a minivan for your family. Mm-hmm. So if he wants to show you the storage capacity, professional. If he wants to show you some great places to hide your weed, unprofessional.
All right.
Now, I understand that buying a car is negotiation. I'm trying to get a good deal. He's trying to make money. Mm-hmm. So telling me my offer is too low, understandable.
Okay.
Spitting in my coffee, unacceptable.
Wow.
Yep. On the same token, while we negotiate, if he tells you he needs to leave the room to go talk to his manager, that's probably okay.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
If he tells you he needs to leave the room to go drop a deuce, not okay. Not okay.
Too much information.
Wait, $50 never killed anybody.
Well, he's never done this before.
Used cars, Christy.
Yeah. Now, this one's for the ladies, Christy.
Yeah.
If your car salesman offers you free financing, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If he offers you a free mustache ride, not so great.
No.
It depends on what he looks like.
There you go.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Depends how cheap you're getting this car.
And
what do I have to do to get you into this car today?
And finally, if your car salesman tells you that the van is a certified pre-owned car, that's professional.
Yes.
If he tells you it's a certified poon wagon, unprofessional.
The old.
But good to know.
Yeah, but good to know.
Thanks very much.
The airport has got like magical powers. The airport's the only place where like you could be on the floor eating a salad and somebody will come up to you and ask you to watch their most precious things. You know, can you watch my bag and my kid? Name 8 Jackson, slot 32B or whatever, and you just go find your car. And I went there, and 29, 30, 31, and then there's no 32. It just started with another rental car. It's like, I know I can't ask, like, where's 32 after 31?
On the sidewalk, he's laying there going, and I'm like, shut up, you drunk fool. Mm-hmm. And I got him over to the hood of the car, and this woman walks up, and she goes, excuse me, officer, you might just want to let him lay there. He just jumped from the 10th floor.
Oh, my God.
My wife's like, "What'd you do now? You're on TV again."
What did you do? You're on this officer, Mike Armstrong, made matters worse on Thursday night.
See why I don't drink? Yeah, the guy, but he sued me.
He sued you?
Yeah,
how are you supposed to know he's not a drunk?
Yeah, that's what I said.
This is Jimmy Pardo. You.
Right. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Al Jackson, a Bob and Tom comedy legend. He's here today. And here's Tom with another special guest.
Well, we're working on hooking up with Clint Howard, actor, brother of Ron, and a guy who's got some new stuff coming up. We've had him in the studio before.
Man About Town.
See if we can get that hookup going. Al Jackson is one of the featured hosts, I guess, of the Daily Blast Live, DBL.
Yes, sir.
And you can watch that on a TV near you. He will not be on today because he's doing some other stuff.
Yeah,
and you're actually flying to Mexico tomorrow?
I am. That sounds like the biggest lie that you tell your girl. Like, where were you? I was flying to Mexico tomorrow. Yeah. Where's my stuff? I don't know.
Is that right?
Yeah. Going down there to the Rockies are playing the couple baseball games down there. So yeah, go check out the baseball and then eat my way through that city.
Yeah.
When you don't drink anymore, like I'll go to a city like New Orleans and I'm like, now we can finally square off like we've been waiting for years. The liquor can't save you now. Like, I'm going to really go at it in Mexico City. I'm going to eat.
All right.
Isn't that 25 million people or something insane? Like a lot of folks.
When you hear about these cities that around the world, we're like, oh, there's a lot of people in New York or San Francisco. My boy was in Lagos, Nigeria, Hannibal Burrs, and he was doing shows over there. And it was his last day, and he said his flight was at 8 o'clock at night, and they picked him up at like 10 in the morning because traffic is so crazy. And he was like, this is ridiculous, but he did it anyway. And he said it was like 6, and they still weren't there. I think, Ace, can you look this up? But I think Lagos is like it's something crazy, like an insane amount of people live in certain cities. It's really
Lagos metro area population of 2022 was 15,388,000 people.
I'm walking to the airport.
Yeah. It's an insane, like, different countries, like, you forget how like congested the downtown is. I had a buddy that an Indian cat, and he moved to India because he wanted to do a documentary about opening a comedy club in India. And we had his going away party, and I said goodbye to him. And then like a year later, I'm at a house party. I walk in, he's in the kitchen, and I'm like, "Sup? What are you doing here?" And he was like, "There's just people everywhere." He's like, when you turn around, you're in another line. You want to go to Subway, get something to eat? There's a line. You want to go to get your everything? There's a line, and the people noise because 8 billion people. Yeah. There's no like quiet time, and I think it like overwhelms you. Like you forget how dense other parts of the world are.
Yeah.
Well, we are hoping to hook up with actor Clint Howard. While we wait, Christy, what have you got going over there?
Police in
Canada. Wait a minute. Oh. This is Clint right now? Okay, very good, very good.
I'll wait for Canada.
Hey, Clint, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
There we go. Yes, indeed. Hey, I want to tell you right off the bat, I loved the book The Boys that you and your brother wrote. Tremendous. I've been recommending it for a couple of years, and I just want to say it's a great story. You guys share a lot about your lives, and it's just fascinating, and what a great family you're from. Just a cool book. I recommend it highly. The Boys, a Memoir of Hollywood. Anyway.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Ron and I are really proud of it, and it was a great effort. It was fun to do, and again, it was like a love letter of mom and dad, and people get a kick out of it, and it is, after the fact. The book's been out now for a couple of years. It's wonderful to get this kind of feedback after we've already made the push to get the word out. So thank you very much for that nod.
Yeah, and I would recommend the audio version of it, by the way, because you and your brother Ron read it.
That's awesome.
So it's in your voices. There's so many great stories in it, and your story gets pretty rough there for a while, but you've come out of it okay and clean. Glad to hear you're doing so well. And
yes, well, it's been a long time since I was in my early 20s, but yeah, listen, life has its twists and turns, and and you know, I learned a lot about myself in my earlier life, and kind of putting that to good use as I realized, guys, I just turned 65 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Wow.
Yeah, my wife, Kat, threw me this incredible surprise birthday party at this famous restaurant in Los Angeles called the Smokehouse, and I was completely surprised, and it was awesome. It was an awesome evening, but the next morning I woke up realizing I am 65 years old.
a little freaky. All right. Clint Howard has been an actor since he was about 2 and known for many things, Gentle Ben, The Andy Griffith Show, Happy Days. And I was trying to remember, I guess it was, you were on Star Trek when you were a kid, but people still go to the conventions to say hi to you?
Oh, yeah. It is phenomenal. It is phenomenal what the imprint of Star Trek has left on our culture. Mm-hmm. I was in the first one. I was in the original series in 1966, and then I've been in 4 other series. I was in Deep Space Nine. I was in Enterprise. I was in oh God, what's the other one? Strange New Worlds, and I'm having a 65-year-old moment here. But anyway, I've been in 5, and it is phenomenal how that whole show, which started out as just a regular television show, created by a guy who had done a Western the year before. It wasn't like it was predestined or anything, and yet it just clicked. So anyway, I'm very proud to have been a part of that whole Star Trek universe.
And Tom, do you show up in all of your brother Ron's movies?
Oh, heck no.
Because you're in a bunch of them.
Well, yes, I have, but I could also tell you all the ones I haven't been in.
Is that a problem at Thanksgiving?
Sometimes it can be. I know. You know what? Listen, I love my brother, and our brotherly love and affection for each other far outweighs any kind of show business thing. And he started hiring me. He started hiring me back when he made his first movie because he trusted me. And I was also cheap. But he's always hired me, and there's been some wonderful roles. I had a great role in Apollo 13. Mm-hmm. I got to act with Robert De Niro in a really nice scene in Backdraft. So he's, I've gotten to do a lot of wonderful stuff with Ron, and now I am getting ready to direct my first movie.
All right.
And it's what it is. It's a movie called Another Ice Cream Man.
Yes, and I was going to ask if there would be another one.
Yes, that's what it's being called. My wife Kat and I and Norman Apstein, the original director, we are in pre-production on this movie, and it's got a lot of great surprises, including, when I said that I worked in my brother's first movie, he's going to work in my first movie.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, he's excited about it, although I don't think he quite knows exactly how much I'm going to run him through the washing machine.
Yeah. There's a bunch of great stories in your book. Once again, it's called The Boys, a Memoir of Hollywood by Ron and Clint Howard. I can't recommend it enough. It's such a great read. There's so many cool stories. You're working with a giant bear, and your parents are just so cool and just amazing. I love the story about when your brother turns 16 and his parents have saved all his money. They let him go buy a car. He buys a VW, and he still has it, which is like the coolest thing ever.
Yes, well, his first car was a VW, and my first car was a Pacer.
I bet you don't still have it.
No, I don't. I was only able to maintain ownership of that vehicle for a year. I was 16 and a half years old, and I drove that car into the ground.
Whoa.
Oh, that's great. Now, Clint, I understand you're going to be making an appearance on The Bold and the Beautiful. How's that going to be going?
It's wonderful. I tell you what, I'm having a wonderful time doing it. A real dear friend of ours, Sean Kanan, has been a regular on Bold and the Beautiful for a long time. And through a kind of an odd set of circumstances, I got introduced to one of the producers, and they were looking for a guy to play. It was Tom, the homeless guy. and they, you know, I sort of auditioned in front of this guy, this one of the producers, Casey, and he really appreciated the, you know, kind of what I did, and I think they had their eye on me anyway, so they hired me. And of course, it's not just a one-off. You know, Tom, the homeless guy, is going to get intertwined into one of the plot points, one of the plot lines of Bold and the Beautiful.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And
it's fun.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, you know, it's a whole different workflow. As an actor, you work real fast, but yet you got to make the stuff organic. You got to find the moments. It's just you don't have the time to investigate it. But you got to go through the process, and there's a wonderful satisfaction after working, you know, a long, hard day doing on a soap stage. When the day's done, it's done. There it is. We're done.
Are you pretty good at memorizing lines?
Yeah, I am. My dad taught me it's not so much about memorizing. I mean, yeah, in one sense you could say, yeah, you got to memorize the lines, but it's mostly you understand the rhythm and you understand the thoughts, and you try to develop kind of why your character is saying what he's saying. Everybody has motive. Everybody in life, there's a motive and an intention for virtually everything everybody ever does. And if you discover that, then it makes the process of acting a lot easier. So anyway, there it is, you know, and I've enjoyed it. I've done a few, and so it's not, you know, I think my first appearance is going to be tomorrow. But certainly people can, you know, if they stay tuned to Bold and the Beautiful, they will see me often.
All right. Once again, we're speaking with Clint Howard, and Clint is a very fine actor, soon to be director of Another Ice Cream Man, and I cannot recommend the book. I just loved it so much. The Boys, a memoir of Hollywood and family, and it's about Ron and Clint and their amazing family and a lot of fun showbiz stories, but it's really also about being a great parent. And being a good son and screwing up a little bit, maybe, and that sort of thing. Thanks so much for writing the book and taking all that time to do so, because it's a great thing for anybody, even if they're not a fan of the Andy Griffith Show, which is impossible. Yeah, because it's the greatest show ever. We'll let you go, Clint. Good luck with your Bold and the Beautiful stuff.
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks very much. Yeah, there's a bunch of great stories about Gentle Ben working with a gigantic bear, and
imagine.
There's a couple of there's one really sad story that involves before they were really attentive.
Well, don't say that.
Well, remember, in Hollywood now they're very attentive of taking care of animals on the set. Trying to taking care of the people on the set.
Oh yeah, Clint was involved in something that he didn't care for.
That would not happen today, fortunately.
Right. Yes, yeah.
But it's a terrific book. I really recommend it. Even if you're not into Hollywood or showbiz, it's just a great book about being a parent.
It really is about family, isn't it?
Yeah. It's really.
They had to eat the bear at the end.
Yeah. It was sad.
They did not eat the bear.
Bear steak.
Full for days, though.
Oh, delish.
Al Jackson is sitting in with us this morning. We usually talk to Al. Usually you're live in Denver
on the TV.
Yes, he has one of my favorite, because he's in Parenthood, right? As well.
He's hilarious.
My favorite. Me and my friends still communicate to each other with this line when Steve Martin's kid drops the ball, and he just goes, "He had no business out there. No business. No."
And then he tells his own kid, "Hey, I want you to, wherever the ball goes, I want you to go." We've all seen those parents.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
No business.
It's one of my favorite lines in the history of movie, just because he's so mad.
Yes.
Because he knew that kid was going to drop the ball, and he did.
Such a jerk.
It's school, just parents like that with kids in sports. It's so different now because a lot of kids have like private coaches.
Sure.
If you want your kid to play really even high school at a pretty high level, they have a private coach in middle school for sure, which was unheard of.
Oh.
Yeah, and now it's quite regular. So, and you see what happens when those kids play. Kids like my daughter's volleyball team, where it was just they had no business out there.
Now, Al, once again, on his way to Mexico City to watch a baseball game.
Yes.
That's going to be great.
And eat and just kick it. I love Mexico. Haven't been back since the pandemic, so it'll be good.
And you don't have a problem worrying about the food and getting sick or anything because...
A little bit. A little bit, Tom. We're honest on this show. I've never been to Mexico and not had a little tinge of just like, hey, what's up?
Really?
Let's keep it within a half-mile radius of the hotel. How about that, buddy? Yeah, so, you try and be careful, but, it just seems like it's like when you go on a cruise, it's a perceived risk that you might get seasick. It should do it anyway. So, I'll let you know. And if things go sour, I'll FaceTime you.
Okay. Do we have time for a real quick word of the day? Because we don't, when we come back.
Yes.
Because we do this segment every week, and I'm trying to get hipper, as you know.
Yeah, Tom.
But right now, I want to talk about my word of the day is mother, because Mother's Day is just around the corner. And you're thinking, what am I going to get my mom? I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what. Steven Singer is your buddy. Steven Singer Jewelers can help you out. In fact, he's even got stuff you can get from your dog to give to that mother in your life. And there are lots of mothers in your life. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com and see what's going on. I'll tell you, one of the great gifts is right over there. It's that beautiful rose. It's actually a real rose dipped in 24-karat gold. It's not going to go away. And it's also got some beautiful enamel on it. It's kind of a deep, deep sort of burgundy, kind of like a glass of red wine. That'd be nice for the presentation. And then the green petals. And that is not going to go away. It's not going to wilt. It's going to be there forever. There's a bunch of other ones, too, and they're exclusive from Steven Singer Jewelers. Once again, you go to IHateStevenSinger.com, and you'll find a bunch of great stuff. And I'll tell you what? Steven Singer, famous for his guarantees, of course, and... That's right, free delivery. How cool is that? Free shipping. It's going to be right there real soon. So if you get your order in before about 2 o'clock Eastern time, it's going to go out the door that day. So you've got time. I'm recommending you do it right now. Pull over. And something special going on right now involves a free scent. That's right. You order now, you get upgraded with one of Steven Singer Jewelers' rose scents for free. The smell, the odor, that's right. It's free shipping, free personalized gift card, of course, a beautiful box, and Steven's famous lifetime guarantee. Check it out. IHateStevenSinger.com. When we come back, a special word of the day from Al Jackson. Ooh. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show.
Oh, my goodness, that's right. You two are brothers in arms.
Is Ace a member of the Army?
Oh. Look at that.
Oh, Ace, I didn't know you were in the Army.
How many Kiss shows you been to, Ace?
Around 300.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Oh, I just like them. I'm not nuts. Oh, my good Lord, Ace.
That's too many.
Oh, that's too many.
They're friends.
Even Peter Criss said that's too many. I'm out. Even the Catman said, give me a break. Where am I? All right, good.
I'll tell you something off air now.
Oh, okay.
Have you been to more Kiss shows than members of the band?
I was sitting with Paul Stanley one time, and he goes, You've been at more Kiss shows than the Ace when Bruce was in the band.
Yeah, than the Ace, yeah.
Wow, Ace Frehley, that's amazing.
Paul Stanley and I had the same sense of humor.
Mm-hmm. You were in the Kiss Army when you were a kid, right?
I was. Well, listen, I'm AWOL. You know that. I couldn't hack it. I was willing to rock and roll all night. I was not willing to party every day.
Gotcha.
So I'm AWOL right now. There's a 57-year-old man, just a kitty cat, roaming the streets looking for me. I hear him calling. Can't come home right now. Come on, Ace knows that's Beth. If anybody in the house is going to enjoy that joke, it's Ace.
I love that.
I'm going to do a Psycho Circus reference in a minute into one guy's amusement.
Okay. Not there.
You don't think I'm going to bring up Carnival of Souls and have Ace enjoy my humor? Look at Ace! I finally found a guy you can make my stupid Kiss jokes with.
Aren't you?
These are crazy nights.
They sure are.
Aren't you like me? Every Veterans Day, you call Jimmy and wish him a happy Veterans Day.
I appreciate that call. I put my flag out there.
That's right.
I put my.
So you're now in the Kiss Army Reserve.
I am. Yeah. I only go in when necessary, which is not very often these days.
Do they still have the indoor football team?
No, the team, like a lot of teams that year, went belly up. But they were horrible. They were the LA Kiss, for a horrible name.
Yeah.
They were a horrible team.
Well, I want you to watch Tom's face on this, okay? You know, Tom, that Jimmy was a season ticket holder of the LA Kiss.
Wow. I'm the only one that really loved arena football. I went to a bunch of games.
My son Oliver and I really, really enjoyed it. But but after a while, when your team always loses, you can't even have fun. There's a shout out loud again. Oh, they played deuce. Oh, they mixed it up, son. It's horrible.
It was an interesting TV show. Remember that?
The TV show was great.
Yeah.
TV show was great.
I didn't see the TV show.
It was a really good reality show. They did not. The editing was not as fake as other reality shows. It was pretty.
Even Gene and Paul admitted the team was bad.
Well, they had to. There was documented evidence of it.
I believe that's called scoreboard.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not subjective. Like, Dynasty's a bad album. No, it's not, Demon. You're right, Star Child. What does Space Ace think? Let's ask the cat. Don't forget the Yonk. He wrote some of the songs.
Now, did you know that the famous Kiss comic book?
Yeah, blood.
There was actually blood in the ink.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what they said.
That's what they said. Well, there's photographs of them pricking their fingers.
They show them adding the blood to the ink.
Okay.
I have an original pressing.
You do?
Absolutely. So does Ace.
You still have that?
Yeah.
Now, is your young son interested in Kiss?
Boy, did I try. I took him to 2 concerts. He went to see Kiss twice. Once at 5. Turns out that's too young. And that was dumb. Boy, you want to feel like white trash. Bring your 5-year-old to a concert. Holy smokes. That was. And then get recognized. Are you to be part of it? I am not. No, I don't know who would bring their son to this show. That's an infant. Nobody should bring an infant to a show. Man, that was dumb. Then I took him again at 5.5. I thought that was enough time.
6 months is a long time.
6 months is a long time for a child, isn't it, chick?
Yeah, you mature quickly at that age.
Yeah, one was indoor, one was outdoor. I said, so let's see how the environment settles. Maybe that's what the problem was the first time. He fell asleep during the encore the second time. How do you do that at a rock and roll concert? That's how bored he was. But son, that guy spit and fired. Pass.
Hi, this is Pat Godwin from The Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com, check out the list for a station near you, or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
Employment because you're not helping the show. Don't you see, Chick McGee? Your career needs a plan B. You're not helping the show. Where you're going, we don't want to go. Bob and Tom are seething. It's time that you are leaving because you're not helping the show. Bring it home. No, you're not helping the show.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, the High Plains Thrifter, and you're listening to Bob and Tom Radio.
Horse racing, you said? You're from Kentucky. You love horse racing. Love
horse
the
racing
ponies.
is my passion. The only sport that I really love is horse racing. I've owned a couple horses. We're purchasing one now. In fact, a 2-year-old colt.
Cool.
I don't know if you all know this. All Kentuckians know this, and most people around the country know thoroughbreds are named traditionally after a combination of the mother's and father's name, the sire and dam line. For example,
I didn't know
Kentucky Derby winner Ali Sheba, out of his father, the great stallion Ali Dar, and its mother, the broodmare Belle Sheba. We're looking at one now called, out of a sire named Whiny Bull by a mare named Girl on Girl. We named it Rosie O'Donnell.
Why do you have to get drunk to be an ass? Why do you have to get tight before you get loose? Why do you need a double before you get into trouble? Can't you get into trouble without an excuse? You want to get up and get out and get free and get crazy, but why do you have to start by getting stoned? Because, Pat, you don't have to get drunk to be an ass. You can be an ass on your own.
Lowell Sanders is here with us.
I'm on the road.
Now, Lowell, are you a single man?
Yeah, I left a wife in Detroit.
Oh, okay.
I see how it works.
Police should have found her by now. I'm kidding. They won't find her.
Ain't no way. You're that good, aren't you?
Wow.
Hey, everybody. This is Todd.
Coming up soon.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Oh, I went through puberty there during that announcement. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
It's time now for our. What are we going to do today in history? Or
we're going to do both. I just ask Al. Al Jackson is here with us. Al's a very fine stand-up comedian on his way to Mexico City.
Yes.
But he stopped by to say hi, and you always give me a word, often from the world of hip hop, which I have very
often. It's always from.
I have almost no understanding of. When I'm at the gym, one of the Tyler, who's one of the guys at my gym, he's one of the other instructors. He always wears. He'll be wearing headphones, and he listens to hard hip hop.
Hard hip hop.
You know what I'm saying, and it's filthy. And he'll be
greatest hits from the '90s and hard hip hop. He'll
be running around doing these rap, and they're just filthy. And they'll be delicate ladies in there trying to get some exercise, and he goes by mother
delicate ladies.
You know what I'm saying? It's hilarious.
Well, they say hip hop now is the new dad rock because all the guys that grew up on hip hop are my age.
Oh yeah,
we're all dads. So it's like Snoop's 50.
Right.
Like this, it's not like my kids wouldn't be caught dead listening to Snoop. So it is strangely like weird. It's transitioned into dad rock, which I'm here for.
The Jordan Peele movie, Us, the dad is teaching the kids what put a 5 on it means.
Yeah.
And there he's listening to that song. And he has to explain to his dog.
What does put a 5 on it mean?
Isn't it just laying down $5 or pitching in for a bag of weed?
Yeah.
Yeah, put a 5
Definitely.
on it.
Yeah. I got 5 on it? Yeah.
I always wonder, was it like pitching in for the weed, or is it like once it's already lit and going, but like maybe we're not great friends, but it's almost like,
I'll give you okay,
yeah, I'll give you 5, you let me hit off that a little bit. Yeah.
I know that 2 slang terms for $5 bills were in my crossword the other day.
Okay.
Fin,
yes.
Fin, and Abe, which I'd never heard of.
I've never heard anyone say that either.
Oh, me either.
Well, you got 2 Abes for a 10. I've never heard
Well,
that.
then talk to the stuffed shirts at the New York Times.
Who's on the 10? I can't remember. Who's on the $10 bill?
Is a 10 a sawbuck?
No, that's a 5.
That's a 5.
That's a 5 also?
I think so, yeah.
I think it's a 10.
I thought it was a 10.
But no one uses those words anymore. Are there any hip hop terms? I know that what's a $100 bill? It's a Benjamin, right?
Yeah, big faces. You call it a big face.
A big face is a 100.
Yeah, just because it's a big bill, and like the new dollar bills, the faces are bigger on there.
Anti-counterfeit.
And then what?
Yeah, and then you call them blue bills because the blue, like the new
blue ink.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then what's a brick? Isn't that a bunch of bills put together?
Yes. That's
Sometimes
one thing.
you can use brick to build a house or a paver.
And then a king grand is $10,000.
That's my favorite word I've learned from you.
Yeah, that's from a song by Chuck Leavell.
I love it. Super old.
Well, real quick, Al, give me a new word.
Tom, this is a new word that's from my early childhood that I've always loved. Tom, use the word deaf in a sentence.
Deaf? Oh, like Def Comedy Jam?
However you want to use it.
Okay. I've been doing this radio gig for quite some time, and I am just about deaf.
That is,
yeah. But you could say Al Jackson's going to be doing some stand-up comedy tonight as part of the Middle Ground Comedy Festival. His set will be deaf.
Perfect. And Tom, before we leave, tell everybody what push and pee means.
What? Push and pee. Does that mean you're selling your urine to someone who's going to take a drug test?
No, we call that a good friend.
Push and pee. Is it the letter P or the urine?
The letter P.
Letter P. Push and pee. Are you a professional pimp? Are you selling the ladies?
No, but you're in the room. The lights are off, but you're in the room.
Is pushing in the traditional selling aggressively?
Yes. Okay.
And what would P stand for?
Well, my first guess was wrong.
You're kind of. You're kind of close. Stay in that world. Don't leave the world.
Shoes.
Okay. It's
podiatry.
It's kind of
podiatry.
That's this.
Hush puppy.
Look, we're trying to get some diversity in our podiatry program.
At last, we got slang for podiatrists.
But no, you're right. It's just like you're pushing like being a player, being a pimp. Like you're like pushing your being a man. Without, just like I'm trying to be a real guy out here. I'm out here pushing my pee. So yeah. So it's pretty much like you said.
Pushing your penis or something?
No, like
pushing a
being
player.
a pimp, like being, but not a functional
not a true
pimp.
pimp.
Yeah.
Not a pimp that puts that on his taxes, like just
You put that
in the
on your
colloquial. What would you put on your taxes?
I don't know.
Or business organizer?
Procure?
Yeah, I mean manager.
Manager.
I don't
talent manager.
I'm not sure pimping is my skill set. Got a feeling.
I would pay any amount of money to see Tom try and like crack down because of lack of effort from some of his employees.
Excuse me, but it looks here like you're currently rated 9th among my bitches.
You know, and you and I both know that you can put up better numbers than these. And you have. What happened?
I'm getting some complaints. Do we have time to even review anything today in history?
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Well, this is important. 1874.
425. Go.
Happy birthday, Guglielmo Marconi.
Oh, yeah.
Invented radio. He had that morning show, Googly. And,
Good morning, Marconi and the man. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, geez, Pat. Can we save this for tomorrow?
Well, what is it?
It's Ella Fitzgerald's birthday.
You can save it for Saturday.
You can save it.
Yeah, exactly.
1940, happy birthday to the great actor Al Pacino. And then one of the first births recorded on Mars, Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner. Of course, if you've seen him, you know he is a Martian.
Give me all you got.
You have to say happy birthday to your sister Jan.
And my sister Jan today.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jan.
Happy birthday,
Love you.
Big
And
J hanging.
a little surprise coming Janny's way. I can tell her that right now.
Oh, yeah? A new car? You sent her a new car? That's so
That is
kind.
amazing. You're a good brother.
I hope the steering wheel's on the right side.
Yeah, that'd be
She's
great.
in England, you know.
Yeah, okay. And then what did we learn in today's show?
Right-hand drive. Well, we're still backed up from yesterday's show.
Are we?
Can we do it all tomorrow?
Maybe we'll have to do weekend review.
Indonesian farting cicadas are due next year.
That's right.
Coming up.
They're the worst.
Oh, yeah.
There's a strip club that's going to be delivering meals.
Boober Eats.
And Josh has to look at the weather forecast because of his balding head. It makes a difference now.
It does.
Because the rain hits your top of
I
your
have a
head,
question.
right?
If you're getting this strip club where the dancers deliver the food, do you when you tip? Is it one of those things like at the store where they give you the iPad and you go 20%? Or
Yes.
I don't know.
Or is there like a
maybe.
button that says "Make it rain"?
Yeah, no one has cash anymore. So that's really weird.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Al Jackson. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email. BobandTom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.